Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bolt Action, where today I'm joined by Richard York, otherwise known as Richard the Lionheart, as he'll be playing as the Filthy Axis Forces. Want to say hello, Richard?
Hello, everybody, and yeah, welcome to our first battle report. I'm excited to be here on the real battlefield, where men are made of bigger stuff than on the computer.
Where men are men and the sheep are nervous.
You know, when these dice come rocking out sixes. Okay, so we're going to be playing a quick meeting engagement.
How many points are we playing today? Is it 1,250?
1,250 points of a German list and a British list. You'll see the rules below. I think XGRG is using the rapid fire special rule. Meeting engagement. We're going to see what's going to happen. It's going to be epic. There's going to be some epic cries on both sides, I'm sure.
Definitely lots of crying. Some moaning there as well.
Yeah. This is XGR's second game, so if we do go over some rules, it's only because it's his second game.
And if I beat you, it looks even better.
It looks even better. I'm just having a bad day. So we've got like a little French village, like a French farm town, you know, divided by a few roads connecting the way. We're not going to use the outflanking special rule for this because it's not fair that he's not understanding some of the rules, but we're just going to go with it, guys. We do apologise if we do make some small mistakes. Please comment below what mistakes we have made, so next time we can recreate this. But also, if you do like it, click the subscribe button, the like button, come and check us out again because we will be doing more after this video. So yeah, we're going to get on with it.
And any video issues, audio issues, obviously we'll figure it out as we go on, really.
So we're going to roll a dice, see who picks the side. Oh!
As these the school dice?
The school dice.
Oh, that's a 5, Richard.
So 5, what side would you like?
Oh,
you can
I'm going to go with this side here, make it a bit easy, really. I don't want to stretch your legs.
Okay, so...
it's not the only thing I'm stretching, but...
Yeah, so what's fine. So you declare as half. If you can leave units in reserve if you want, but I'm going to bring everything on my first wave in one big horde of a German line.
I think I'll go for this then, but is it 12 inches?
Yeah, 12 inches, so we're going to put our dice. Remember, it's not tournament zone, it's everything comes on and can advance.
Oh, right, okay.
So we're going to get our dice bag. Remember, we've got spotters and snipers to deploy. I've got this bag from home, it was actually my old bike helmet.
I thought you got it from ISIS.
We're fielding two similar armies here that I created a while ago. Hopefully making it a little bit fairer on both of us. Okay, so we'll roll off to see who wants to put their spotter or your spotter or my sniper down.
So that is a 6, that's the palm tree.
That's a 2, so you can put yours down first, if you like.
So I'm using the Desert Core dice, which is quite fantastic. Okay, so my spotter then, where should I place him? Now, of course, we want to be placing our, well, you have a sniper today, don't you? But the spotter is going to be responsible for bringing down a devastating artillery barrage. So we need to figure out where we wish to deploy him to have maximum line of sight, really.
So it's in your deployment, which will be 12, so in the first 12.
Now, of course, places such as this, where you have something like a solid wall, for example, will count as hard cover. So was that a 2-up? Well,
it's a -2 to hit, but remember you're a small team as well.
Which is always quite good.
But remember, my sniper don't care about that.
Sniper don't care. Right, I'm going to have him. I'm going to have him deployed about, let's say, about there.
I'd say he's definitely got, you know, in the hard cover. All right, so I'm going to place my sniper team down.
It's all about that line of sight, really, isn't it?
It is all about line of sight.
That field of view.
I don't know if I can't see him there, unfortunately. So I think we're going to still put him on this little field. So he's got a good traverse across the way here. Yep, so there's no bombardment for the first turn in meeting engagement. It is just about keeping your forces alive and absolutely decimating your opponent. So, am I going to be dice bag lady?
Yeah, you can be dice bag.
Feeling the colours. And it is the mighty British forces for the first dice.
So I've got first activation here, and I knocked a trigger. Right, so would you like to go over some of the tactics here, Richard? Like personally, what would you choose to bring on first? Well, I'm going to make my own choice and prove you wrong.
For my opinion, I bring my options on like mortar teams, getting in the position, getting your 6-pounder in position, because remember, that thing's going to move and it's not going to be able to fire the first turn. And getting all them important things in position in the first part of the game. I mean, of course, we bear the sniper because we know what happens when he shoots at team weapons.
So I'm going to bring on my AT gun.
Yeah, it denies me areas. Remember, he's got a 6-inch move because he's lumbering a big gun. Remember, you're advancing on. You don't deploy in the first turn. Remember, we're advancing on the 6 inches. So we're going to move 6 inches on, but he's probably just got enough to get behind the first wall, I bet you.
Have a look at that. Yeah. So I'll place him there, but of course I can always have him move up.
You see, he's blocking that road now. That right side for me is a no-no.
Hopefully the centre as well.
Yep.
There we go. So he has advanced onto the ball.
But he's got very good hard cover from the wall. And it is the mighty German dice. As of course, when you see any artillery piece that you know isn't going to move, I'm going to move my mortar team on the board. Make sure I get a good look at him. I think we can see him from there, and we're going to move into the bog people. And we're going to advance him there.
Some of us belong there, more so than others really.
The bog people, they're nice folk, you know. Back to the British.
Right then, so what do I wish to bring on next then? So of course it's you want to really choose what you bring on, don't you? You don't want to like give away too much too early.
You just beg for the opposite's dice to come out first.
It's not the only thing I'll beg for. There we go. So I'm going to bring on my MG team, and I'll have them advance. So with weapon teams, how does the rule go then? Basically, they move or they fire. They can't do both.
Yeah,
at
they're
the
just
same
lumbering
time.
this big Vickers machine gun. It's. I don't know if in the newer FAQ that I haven't read yet that they can run, but I'm not too sure. But if we keep it for 6 inches for this game, the next game we can come and look at the rule set again.
I'll have them deploy there, but we'll assume that they can see over the wall.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There we go. So they've advanced onto the board.
And yet again, a British dice.
Well, it's all coming up British.
Yeah.
All coming up pounds. Right. Now, obviously, with a vehicle such as a Churchill being a very slow vehicle, I've got to really keep it on the roads, haven't I? If I want to make good use of its mobility.
But then you limit where it's going to be, then I'm just going to make sure that a Panzerschreck team or my Panzer IV is going to come down the road.
Friendly neighbourhood Panzerschreck team.
Yeah. Just sharing the love of shaped charges around the world.
Ooh. See, this is it. It's like I really like the layout of the board here. Plenty of options, plenty of cover. But I think what I'm going to do here then is actually bring on the mortar team. So I have a light mortar team, don't I?
Yes, light mortar team, which can move and shoot, so it's versatile. Even with the 6-2 hit, you've got to try it, because you can deposition any of my artillery. My machine gun teams will be forced to move.
So I'm going to have them advance onto the board so they can take a shot as well, can't they?
Yeah, but remember, I think it's 24 inches for the light mortar. But it's worth trying to have a pop. Yeah, 12 to 24.
There we go. So I've had them advance onto the board, and I'm going to say my mortar team is going to attempt to take a shot over at your mortar
Yeah,
team.
that's fine.
So 24 inches is it for the light mortar?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we have range. And we do not have range. So of course, free measuring is not allowed.
And back to the British again. I'm liking this.
You're making it quite difficult for me here. I'm getting too much onto the board too early. Now I am tempted to bring up a Churchill quite early, but then again I think it's going to be about where you can get your actual infantry really, isn't it? So I'm going to have some of the infantry brought on here. I think, see this is it, like there's a very forward position here. I mean that is solid cover, but you've got to get there.
Yeah, there's a
Of
big...
course it'd leave your mortar team out to dry really.
Well, I might be just baiting you into there. You know, saying, come and fight my mortar.
Come on then if you think you're hard enough.
You know, you remember how my dice rolled last game? Well,
I remember how my dice rolled.
I want them 6s again.
I think the Geneva Convention remembers how my dice rolled. There we go. So, of course, I could have them advance and take a shot, but of course, they're going to be within range, and also there's a penalty for moving and shooting. So I'm going to have them run onto the board. So that is a 12-inch move, is it?
Yeah, it's 12-inch run straight on in the open field.
Okay.
So that is a very important position on that your left side, my right side of the board. You know, it's got a lot of hard cover. It's good. You're going to keep my guys, unless I run it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting who gets the next turn to move ahead. But also, we've both got some light armoured cars, which are going to cause some havoc on these roads.
Something definitely like that. Now, of course, the British have some very interesting special rules. I'm using the, is it the rapid fire?
Rapid fire.
Yep, so my British. So, of course, the issue is they have to have like an inch separation from other units as well. So we can't bunch up too terribly much. that, and we don't want to be punching up too much for your mortars, really.
Yeah,
So I think I'm going to attempt to spread them out just a little bit.
Or with my HE on my 222.
Don't say the things I don't like to hear.
That 222 is a fantastic armoured car. It's one of my favourite ones. But remember, you do have that Greyhound with that light anti-tank gun.
There you go. So you can.
Next dice, and it is a German dice. So I know he's not brought his any tanks on yet, so there's no point in me bringing my Panzerschreck team on. So I think I'm going to bring a machine gun team on. I think.
Your MG team.
MG team. So
see, the Germans have a very, very fantastic MG, don't they? And what's the role for the Germans? Is it Hitler's buzzsaw?
Hitler's buzzsaw. So we're able to have another round. So just because how fantastic and how much rounds that MG puts out, it's an extra shot per turn.
So I noticed you brought out the MG there. I don't know, opposing my infantry, is it?
I just let you to think about something. If I was to move another squad on there, I've got the weight of one squad plus the machine gun team. It's going to be them pins.
And your teams are carrying MG, well, LMGs.
LMGs, and it is a British dice again.
I might need it in a moment. Now then. See, I think it might call for some armour, perhaps. Well, of course, if I deploy my church on this side, I've got a heavy concentration of anti-tank power over here, but then again, I do have the AT gun. It would be kind of useless, really, wouldn't it? So I'm going to bring on the actual armoured car. So this is is it the M8 Greyhound?
Yeah, just remember, I think you've taken one man from the Piat team with the shells on his back. So it's the Piat loader. Don't fear the Piat, guys. Remember, the Piat is going to steal the game.
Don't fear the Piat.
Yeah.
So how far then can the armoured car move?
On the road, it is like a bat out of hell until the morning's gone.
Like a bat out of hell gone in the morning.
So you have tracked vehicle. So normally, wheeled vehicle has 12 with 2 pivots. On a road, you have times 2.
So a lot of movement.
So you can go 24, pivot 290 degrees. Yeah, so 24 inches with 2 pivots. Or you can run for 48 inches with only 1 pivot, but that means you've got to go straight and then turn and straight. But you can go 24 inches with 2 pivots of 90 degrees.
And then I can take a shot if I wish to do so.
Yes.
Oh, that is a lot of movement there. So what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to look towards trying to maintain some cover from the other side of the board, but also be in a position to put your mortar team and MG team under some pretty intense strain there.
But remember, with the second edition rules, you can't recce after you've activated.
That's very true. So
if my 2-2 was to come down that road,
they'd be interested.
But you've got your pack gun, or your 6-pounder there. So I'm not too sure. Remember what guns your.
So I believe he's armed with a.
He's got a light anti-tank gun. I think, and that's it really. I think for the Greyhound.
He has a coaxial MMG and a light AT gun, open tops and reconnaissance, of course. So what I'm going to attempt to do here, Ben, is I think it might be. I'll use the coaxial MG on the actual MG team versus your MMG team.
Remember, it's coax, so it's on the turret, so you can either the turret
or the actual,
the gun. So you've got a choice. So the loader can only shoot one of them at a time.
See, I don't think my chances of hitting with the main gun are worth that much. I'd rather just get some pins on you. Really.
I think some pins. So who are you declaring your target at?
So I'm declaring my target as the MMG team. So my range is. What is that for the coaxial MG?
Yeah, you're 21 away from me.
21, so that's long range, is it, as a shot?
Yeah, long range.
There we go.
So, freeze hit normally. Your move makes it 4s. Are you going to give me some soft cover for there?
Yeah, I'd say that's soft cover. You're behind some trees, aren't you? We'll assume you're in some woodland there.
So you're hitting me on 3s, 4s, and 5s.
And is it 4 shots for the MMG?
For
the coaxial
is
MG?
it It's an MMG, is it?
It is listed as a coaxial MMG, yes.
Yeah,
so.
MMG is 5 shots.
5 shots?
I forgot how good that is. Oh yeah.
So we're going to confirm that's 5 shots?
Yeah.
And, right, okay, so I've moved, so we're saying 5s with a soft cover as well?
5s, yeah, 5s in total.
Ooh, right, hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to roll it off over here. Oh, wow, okay, so we have 1 6, 2 5s.
So it's a pin on that squad, and it's regular like clockwork, so it's only 4s to kill.
Ooh, 1 down.
So 1 man dies in there, so I'll put this as 2 men left. That isn't a morale
quite
check.
yet.
If it was as it's 3-man team, but they are now a small team, so they are respectfully a little bit harder to kill.
But of course, you do have that pin, so that adds some complexity to your movements there.
Oh, and it's
German.
the German Sherman's team. So, of course, it has to be the Panzerschreck team. So we are going to waddle on 6 inches, and we are going to declare a target against the Greyhound.
Of course, I've activated, so I can't wreck you.
So a 24-inch range. I think I could be in range. I think you've advanced enough for me to get into range.
Should we double check?
I seem to have a magnet stuck.
Yeah, you're definitely within range there. So I'd say about 20 inches.
Yep, so that's fine. I'm advancing, so I need a 3 to hit normally. 4's because I moved. I don't get -1 penetration, but I do get -1 for, so what's that, 3's, 4's moved, 5's. So
Could happen. I know your rolls.
Alright, you ready for it? No!
Oof.
And a miss, and a Panzerschreck missile just flies down the street.
That would be quite intimidating, though. But this is all it, isn't it, really? I mean, this is what makes bolt action so just fun, really. You're not sitting there idle, are you?
I mean, it's not like 40k or Warhammer where you're just waiting for your turn. You're doing all your turn on yourself.
Not that we're saying 40k is bad, Games Workshop. We're still interested.
We're still interested.
Just, we'll give you an address to send all the free stuff to. Okay, I think I'm going to bring on another infantry squad, perhaps, actually. See, the thing is as well, like, we've got to be careful about how far we're spread out, because, of course, we do have our... so I have 2 lieutenants, don't I?
You do.
So they give their morale bonus within 6 inches, so it's a case of really how far do I wish to spread out.
Remember you got your medic to sew the arms back on.
That's very true, yes, they can sew many things on. See, it's going to be a heck of a kill zone in the centre there, really, isn't it? But I think it could be quite an important location, really.
Them 2 buildings in the centre, plus the farm, the kind of farmstead on the right, is going to be interesting.
See, I think what I'm going to do here then, because you've got your sniper squad over there, but you've not really brought anything else onto the right-hand side of the board. So I think what I'm going to do here then is have my infantry squad run. I'm going to try to get it behind some solid cover, really. Though, of course, I could have them advance 6 inches into the tough terrain, obviously the cover over here.
But then you lose the advantage of the board you've gained.
This is it, yeah. So I think what I'm going to go for then is try and spread that out. I've also got to try and maintain some distance here, so I can't have him right next to the spotter, so an inch away from the actual spotter there. But I think this is a nice move. Try and get some very accurate rifle fire down on the Germans.
It's when we get closer, the people are going to start to die.
Maintain a bit of distance there.
They bunch them up together, it's fine. You know, I can shoot some HE shells at them, that's fine with me.
That's what I'm trying to be conscious of, really. There we go. Yep, so they have run onto the board.
Yeah, so you gain that ground. You might not be in as much cover as you would be if you advanced, but you're still further ahead onto the board, and you can gain them objectives.
I mean, I can always move up to this position here. Exactly. I could try and move up there. Just trying to gain control of the board, really. If I can.
And back to the German side. I'm not liking these people down here. Do you know what? I've got to either go for. I'm bringing on the 2-2-2.
Down the centre. Ooh.
Nope. I think he's going to come on here, and he's going to pivot to here. So I've got a 9-inch movement. Just check my movement on the ground again. So wheeled in the open is 12 with 2 pivots. So we're going to advance here, and we're going to fire some HE autocannon shots at the British in the open. So we've got 12. And what we're going to do, we're going to turn, and then just pivot our gun this way.
It's a rather ungentlemanly move to make there, really.
It's a bit harsh.
I mean, that looks quite impressive, actually. The 2-2 just come out to the road there, just like, hello there, boys.
So, as we're going to do, normally would shoot AP if we're shooting at some armor target, but I'm going to get a 1-inch template.
I'm feeling the pins already.
Yeah, feel the pins. I'm feeling them. Just going to measure the range. I think we're 36 for a light autocannon. We're 48. So if we're in 24, we get some, and luckily we are just in. just in from the turret. So we've moved. Ooh, throw my dice. Getting so excited. So,
Throwing your dice, like you're going to be throwing those autocannon shots.
So hitting on a 3 normally, I moved, makes it a 4, and I would say I can see a lot of your squad in the open right there.
I think they're in open there.
So it's just a straight 4 on the dice. 1 hit. So this is how AP works. So it is a 1-inch template.
So they have a pin as well for being shot at?
I don't know if it's multiple for the 1-inch. I think it's multiple for the 1-inch. If you just hang on a second, it's 2D pins. So you're getting cocked. You're getting 2 pins. And then what you're going to do at the start of the unit, you're going to just see how many people that cover. I think it only get 2. I think under the inner circle of the smallest there.
So we're saying over this.
It doesn't have to be over a person. It could be just anywhere you like.
So we're going to say
about there. Yeah, it's on the inner side. So I think only 2 maybe or 3. I don't think it's going to get very many.
I'd say about 2 from there then, really.
Yeah, 2. I'm happy with 2. So we've got plus 2 penetration. So we're regulars. So that's 4s, 3s, and then 2s. So 2 likely lads are dead.
Bit of a loss there, really, isn't it?
I like the pins. I've got the pins on that squad already. Got the 2-2-2 into play early as I can. It's just when that Churchill comes down the road. Oh, back to me.
See, this is it, isn't it? Really, are you going to choose to bring on some infantry? You're going to choose to bring on another.
It has to be infantry. You're starting to threaten these flanks. I'm going to get 1 infantry squad from the right side. They're going to run up to this road. Run up this side here.
So that's a nice position they have there, really, isn't it?
I feel I'm going to get into the hard cover before you, and it's going to be a bit more of a challenge for you to get into this hard cover on this side. But also, I don't want to block my machine gun, because my machine gun can shoot at your Greyhound and cause some pins, if I so want to. But I can't damage him, of course.
Though, if you do get 9 pins, is it?
Yeah, 9 pins.
You've got plenty of shots.
Or a lucky mortar shot, maybe. But I'm going to be scared of that Churchill when it turns up.
Depends where it turns up,
yeah,
really.
Exactly.
But then again, the Churchill does have some impressive front armour, but your Panzer IV still to show the heavy gauge gun.
And we're back to me again.
Ooh.
I'm liking this. It's tipped on my side a little bit, so I can start to react to what you've done in the earlier turns. I know he's got 2 squads to go on, so I think we're only going to advance into here. But I know he has artillery, so at some point in time, somebody's going to get a big artillery barrage on top of their heads.
So of course, this is something else that you've got to take into consideration. I mean, on the left flank, my left flank, you've got an infantry squad, you've got an MG team, you've got a Panzerschreck team very close by, haven't you?
Remember what happened last time with my officer? When he literally
barely survived.
Barely survived.
All I can say is it's not going to be 1s today, it's going to be all 6s, it's going to be all palm trees. It's just palm trees all the way down.
Oh, back to the British dice.
Oh, see this central area. I am tempted by it because I think it's one of these where, well, then again, if I push it too early, you're just going to react to me. But if I don't push it on, this is it really.
We'll explain.
You're going to try and take that position.
I'll explain with the house rules. You can only run into a building. Buildings, you can only shoot so many people from each window. In building, rather than your 4 up to kill because you're regular, it's always 6 up to kill somebody when they're inside a building. But let me just warn you, people in buildings can get HE shot at windows, and the HE multiplies within a door, within a window, and a building. So it's good and bad being in the buildings. We've got no flamethrowers, so that's a good thing with buildings. You can. I don't think we've got powerful enough weapons on the board to destroy the buildings, but the good positions, they are strong positions, but they can get, and also mortars, when shooting at a building, you've got to roll to see if it hits the roof or the bottom floor. For the sake of the game, we're saying there's only 1 floor, which is the ground floor, and then the roof, because the mortar can go hit there and then fall through to the bottom. But they're still good positions. They are still good positions.
So I'm going to bring on an infantry squad, but I'm going to have them run onto the board, actually. Just measure out this 12, just preemptively. Now, see, it's a delicate position here, really, but I think I could potentially go ahead and gain some cover at the very least. So I'm going to bring on my likely lads over here.
I mean, the best thing about any tabletop game, it's a dice game. You could have the best unit in the world, and you can roll 1s. remember there's 10 men in the squad. Bren and I think the 2 squads are kind of being pushed together a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. Unless I've taken 2 from somewhere else, perhaps. Or should we just use these 2 men over here?
Yeah, use the 2 men over there if there's not put enough out.
There we go.
Just remember there's 9 men, Bren, and a SMG guy, which is the officer.
So I'm going to attempt to take this position here, really.
You can have that hedge. I don't think it's of historical accuracy that you want this hedge.
I think it's a decent position. Just all about really trying to gain that ball control at the moment, isn't it? But then again, I do want to make sure I'm in good cover here. Just 2 more men. Get the NCO. So we have LMG, just need the NCO then. I think 2, 4, 6, yep, 1 more man. So we just had a little bit of a mix up perhaps with the squads there. There we go. So they've run onto the board. Place that down there.
Yep. And to the next dice. And just back to the German side. I think it's time to bring an officer to back up the right side. He's just going to run up here and give them all the support they need.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses. He's just shouting orders. That way, son.
For you guys at home, you can already see how the battle's developing here. And we've got...
back to my dice again.
Back to yours.
And we are going to advance a machine gun to put some just to cover this,
try and bisect the map there.
Dissect the map a little bit, so it makes you think about what you're going to do. I am in the bog. Of course, this is now an ideal location for you to put your artillery down. So I'm looking. So I'm just so I can have a quick look down there. And if you do try and run past, or I'm not an ambush yet, but that might be a good place for my next turn ambush to stick one ambush ready for you to run across or dart across the other side of the map. So back to the British player.
Oof. See, I noticed you haven't brought your Panzer IV on. We haven't brought our heavy armour onto the battlefield as of yet.
Well, I think you're in a better position. I've got less dice in the bag. I have 4 dice left in that bag. You have a lot more to play with than I do.
See, I'm going to bring on one of my lieutenants here.
I do lie, sorry. I have 5 dice in the bag because my sniper hasn't activated yet.
That's true. So I'm going to bring my...
I'm waiting to a more ideal target comes onto the board.
Right, so of course I've got to really think about what I want to place my lieutenant here. Because obviously it's 6 inches around him. So we'll have him advance onto the board about...
I do warn you, I can see him. So if you put him behind some infantry, I won't be able to see him, but I can see a good torso of him there. And I don't want to be nasty to you taking him off turn 2.
So I'll have...
yeah. I think definitely there I cannot see him.
So of course 6 inches around. But this is it really, you've got to make the choice of where you want your leaders deployed really. Now I could have run him onto the board there, but he'd be running off on his own really.
And back to mine. So I'm going to bring myself in. He's just going to millie around here.
Ready so Reichskommissar Richard.
Yeah, he's doing this. Way! Way! And back to the British player.
See, I think I'm going to bring my Piat team on here.
The most devastating AT weapon in the
when they hit.
Yeah.
If they ever hit. A little rough here, isn't it? Right.
We're quite generous for terrain here.
It is, yeah, it's very good actually. I think that really adds to the battle though. So we've got the flanks more open. There's obviously lots to cover, but it's still open. Obviously down in the centre of the town, the village really, things do differ. I think what I'm going to do here then is actually run them onto the board. That gives me 12 inches to work with there really. Now, question is where do I wish to bring them on? Because obviously the Piats, they have very short range, don't they? They don't have a 24.
24 for the bazooka, 12 for the Piat. So you're going to have to get down and dirty.
So,
I'm being a kind bit sportsmanship. Be careful you're putting him in directly in line with my thing, because I will just take the gunner off and he will be going back to Blighty.
So do we say they're behind light cover?
Yeah. There's no way my sniper. Oh, Probably out of range of you there, but I would try and pop at him. But I think he's out of range 36.
There we go. So they've run onto the ball. Come on, German. I want to see where that Panzer 4 goes.
It's not coming on yet. It's going to be it's Battle of the Bulge. It's just waiting for its time. Oh. You see, it would really spoil my day if you brought him on that side. Just to let you know, it really would.
See, what I'm going to do here is bring on my medic. And I think, see, I'm tempted to bring him down at that side, but I know that he's already pinned here. Armoured cars there, there's a squad there, there's a sniper there. There's a lot of potential killing power there, really, isn't there?
Well, just on this general side of the board, you know, it's...
So I'll have him brought on 6 inches.
Gonna sew them arms back on.
So just have him advance. Now, he could attempt to throw the stretcher at the armoured car.
Andy is back to the British dice. I'm liking this. I can feel colours though. It's a talent of mine.
You can feel colours. And you can see around corners. Dear. See, I think I'm going to need my leader down on the left flank just because of the sheer amount of MG fire that may pin them down. I might not actually be able to move them again.
That +2 will help.
Definitely. So I'm going to have him run onto the board. So 12 inches there to work with.
You can run for days.
I'm going to have him attempt to try and hide behind this piece of...
What might be good is to put him behind the squad, because I can't shoot him behind the squad. It's because if you're there, I could manipulate it a little bit to try and shoot him. Because I will try.
Right, so obviously you could move there.
Yeah, I could move and shoot him. And if he's behind, at least I can't legally shoot him, which is a good thing. Just being nice here. I could be just, yeah, put him wherever you like. But the next game we play, I won't be helping.
In the next game we play, we might be seeing some French and German.
Yeah. And we have the goal. Okay, so I know the centre of the board. I need to start taking it. So we are going to do a big run on for here. So one of the squads, we need to get forwards. We need to take these forward positions. If he isn't going to take these positions, I feel
you've got no choice to really.
I have no choice to occupy. But I can imagine the Churchill's going to come on and upset my day. But at the moment in time, if I brought my Panzer 4 on, I don't know where I'd bring him on.
Well, of course, you could always bring him on to oppose the Greyhound, but then you inform
you mean just to go.
A gentle breeze.
But also, there is the 6-pounder looking straight down his sights. Oh, okay. But I am going to shoot my sniper though. I think I can see the infantry squad. I can't see I could see them, just the medic. But I think that's against the Geneva Convention, really. But I feel I can see the infantry, so I might as well take a pop. And get another pin on them. Maybe take the officer out. Maybe take the brain gun out. Maybe. Okay, if I can fire the fire dice. So we've got a mighty 36 inches range.
Yep, I'd say definitely within.
So, we're hitting on a 3. All the schools. So we've hit. We've instantly put a pin onto that squad of...
So that's 3 pins now.
3 pins to them all. So, on a roll of 4 up, I can pick who dies.
Ooh, one though. But somebody has died.
He had all the hope. No, he didn't die.
Oh, has he not died
yet?
yet?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, so is it... Right, okay, fantastic.
You can fire a weight of fire, but I needed a 4 or more to kill. It's not always a depth, but the pin is good enough. That squad's effectiveness is now reduced for the next turn.
Now, I do apologise for the rules I've got wrong. Still very new to the game. Hopefully it'll improve over time.
I'm here to correct him.
Richard's quite the sexy teaser.
But like I said, guys, even I get rules wrong, and I do apologise for anything that I may think. So like I said, comment below about the rules. Comment what you like. Comment what you don't dislike. What you dislike, so we can actually, improve this and have a jolly good time.
Would you like to see Richard in a bikini? Comment below.
Yeah.
I mean, what colour bikini?
It's a mankini. It's a lime green.
I mean, what colour suits your eyes? Do you go with what matches your eyes, or do you go like? How do you match?
I'd go skin tone. Yeah, matches my skin tone. A hot pink.
A hot pink. Ooh, definitely hot. Right. Okay. So now 6 inches. I'm running out of that. I'm almost like running out of room myself here. I could be quite bold and attempt to take that centre line there. I think I might have to, just because it's like... now, you've got your infantry there. You've got an infantry squad there. But I think I'm probably within... Ooh, this is it, so maybe I do run it instead, actually.
The first turns, remember, we're shooting at such great ranges that it was only via like a medium range weapon that you took damage in the sniper. I think even if I did rifle you, but remember the Panzer IV, 12 shots per turn. I will try and, I don't know, it's just a big gun battle for the tanks.
So I'm gonna, I'll have them actually run onto the board. Alright.
So that is all of the British infantry on the board. So I've got nothing else that's going to surprise me apart from the Churchill.
So do we consider these behind light cover?
I'd say anything directed from this way, yeah, I'd think so. Unless I can get some sort of look down here, which the sniper could if he didn't shoot already. But anything facing that way, I'd say definitely light cover.
And snipers are fantastic though. I mean, they're really, you want to be going after the high value targets, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen people say they don't like snipers, but they're taking an officer out of a squad or a Bren gun. It could turn the tide, or taking a.
Well, this is it. You can try and deprive a squad of their LMG. They're fantastic against weapon teams, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what they do. Just anything else. That tree just keeps falling over. So we're on 2 dice apiece. The spotter hasn't shot. The Churchill's not on. I've got a squad and the Panzer IV to come on yet. And the dice is. It's my dice. So I've got one more squad that needs to come on. You see, I feel like I'm on such a really good attack here. I've really pushed the boat out on the side. I think I'm going to push another centre here. I'm going to push a 12-inch run. Even though I may come under some fire from the Greyhound, to shoot the Greyhound at that squad is going to leave you a little bit in the open there. I feel you're going to be forced to do something with that Greyhound this turn. You can't sit still because you're going to get a Panzer Shrek and all sorts of badness. So I think even this is a little bit risky. I think
advance up the centre there.
Yeah, you're going to be forced to move. You are going to be forced to move. You're going to think, "Wow, guys, there's lots of AT there. You're going to have to be forced to move. You're not going to be sitting still."
I suppose there's always that chance I do actually attempt to take out the Panzer Shrek squad.
You could.
But then all the bins.
Okay, so we're down to 2 to 1.
Ooh, whose time's coming on first?
I know it's going to be mine. No!
Oh!
We've done it. We've done it.
I mean, this is how important it is, really, isn't it? Where you deploy your armour. So now I can react to you. So all I can say there is, Reichskommissar Richard, enjoy it.
Okay, I think we are going to play a little bit more defensively here. We are going to advance here, and we're going to try and pop a shot via this little avenue at your Greyhound. You're going to get light cover there, sure, because you're getting half your thing. But I think if I deploy here, I'm going to have a Churchill plus a 6-pounder shooting at me. If I come on here, I think for him to put on this side, he's going to have to shoot at a massive range. It's going to be a huge range, but I don't know what's going to happen. And also, I'm going to be coming down this main street with infantry support on both flanks, and then the options on the side. So I think I'm doing good there. I keep telling myself that.
just believe, Richard. Just believe.
So the mighty Panzer IV, remember, has a heavy anti-tank gun. We're looking. It has a heavy anti-tank gun which has the mighty range of.
Is it 60 inches?
72.
That's some impressive range there.
So I think we are in 30, so we're in normal range. But we've moved, which makes it a 4, and I'm giving you light cover because you are camo green. You are chucking camo nets over it. So freeze, and that's a 5 to hit. But I think it will be definitely front armour. So 5s to hit.
Oh, thank God for that.
And that is all I can do with that Panzer IV. And that is all my dice, I think. Now.
So, where do I place the Churchill then? I think this is going to be quite an important choice, really, isn't it?
I think you should put him back on the boat and then go back over to Old Blighty.
So, of course, I can declare when I'd want to use my artillery strike as well, can't I?
You don't have to shoot it now, but it will come in at the start of the next turn.
See, it's like hard to choose it. I mean, there's a lot of men in that set. There's a lot of men on this left. But I suppose with artillery, it can scatter, so we'll get to that one.
It can be delayed as well. Oof. And I think there's a delay one where you can move it 12 inches into your line of sight. So remember, he's slow on the open ground. which is 6 inches. But also, if he's on the road, if you wanted to put him on the road, tracked on the road.
See, I'm going to bring him on, and I think I'm going to have him really serving his intended role here. So he's going to come onto the board.
So you've got one 90-degree pivot, and then you can do the remainder of your movement. Can you see the 222?
Nope, that shed is quite obscure.
Good. It's a good shed, that is.
It's a good shed.
B&Q.
I don't think he's got quite a line of sight on the Panzer IV as of yet.
Well, this is the first turn.
Well, I mean, his line of sight, but that's definitely cover.
Would you say hard cover? Is it what's obscuring him? The wall?
I'd say hard cover,
Yeah.
yes.
So if you can see him, so you're hitting on a 3. Your move makes it 4. Has he got a medium gun?
But I do see some infantry down the road there, so I think I'm going to take a shot at those.
How many can you see? Just 4 of them?
I can see... I can only see about... I can see the fellow in the centre there, and I think I can see somebody's right leg. Yeah, so I'm going to say...
Yeah. All I can
say just one man.
All I can think about is if the hull mounted machine gun probably can't see over his infantry.
No, I can't shoot through this.
It'll be the coax on the top, so it'll be 1 MMG probably at him. So you're going to give me hard cover for that, for being most of your score by the building?
The only person I can see, he's out in the open. But I'll give you that cover, because obviously the vast majority of the squad there.
So I think what range are we talking about? We are talking definitely long range.
Definitely.
So it's -4, so you're doing 6s and 6s.
So is that so that's a coaxial, so is that
it's 5 shots from MMG. It's possible, you may get a lucky pin.
Let's try and do this where the actual camera can see this. Let's go ahead. Ooh.
Unfortunately, it is not sunny in Philadelphia.
Fortunately, no pins, but worth taking a shot. Right then, so do I choose to bring the artillery next turn? I think I'm going to, just because it's like... Yeah, so I'm going to choose. Do we have any counters then to decide where we're going to bring the artillery?
I'll just put a pile of dice.
That's okay.
Because it's going to come in next turn, and then we'll move it next turn. So where can you see where can the spotter see? That's the most important thing. Where can he see?
Ooh, okay. So I can definitely see. I'm going to say. So in front of the Panzer IV. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Try and preempt it. So obviously he's fired. Now, of course, I could have waited to bring that in, but I think it puts some pressure under you. You've got to choose now to perhaps advance your forces in the centre. Perhaps that's a bad thing. Perhaps you advance your Panzer IV into the teeth and loving embrace of a Churchill.
We'll see what happens with this artillery, unfortunately, which... Yep, so that is end of turn 1. We'll collect all the dice in, and then we'll start the dice again. Yeah, everything's going to stay as it is.
I suppose the deployment does take longer than most of the turns, really, as there's a lot of choices to be made.
And it is your turn for dice.
There we go.
Don't pick the Panzer IV. Please don't drop an artillery shell on top of his head.
I'm just looking for those pins. Kills would be an extra bonus.
Okay, so the artillery. So you need to roll. This is turn 2, guys. Just for the video. So roll a dice. Roll a 1, please.
So that's copper there. So that's a 4.
A 4 is 5 for effect. Now roll another d6 to see how far it goes.
So that is 6.
12 inches. Okay, so you're getting. You're not getting the officers, so you're getting definitely them, getting them, getting them, getting them, and you are getting them. So you're getting 2 squads, Panzer IV, MMG, and the mortars. So we'll start from the side. So the squad here, need to roll a dice.
Ooh, that's off the ball. I was getting on one. So that is a 1.
So a 1, I take D3 pin markers.
You're rolling that?
You're rolling it, so it takes
one.
1. The other squad to the right, roll a dice.
That is a 4.
That is D3 pin markers.
That is 2.
Yep. The MMG.
Oh, God. Would have been nice. That was a 1.
So D3 pin markers.
That is 3.
The mortar team.
I'm going to attempt to roll down here. That's a 4.
So D3 pin markers.
That is 6.
Oh, so 3 part. And now the Panzer 4, where you're going to roll a 6 more likely.
That's a 4.
Yep, so D3 pin markers, so he's going to be under some damage here.
And that's 4.
4, so that's 2 pin markers. So the artillery comes in, and a lot of pins on my centre line. So this is going to...
Not so bad on the infantry though, really.
It could have been a lot worse.
Hopefully. But still, that Panzer 4 is 2 pins. I mean, all your weapon teams are looking a little bit shaky, aren't they?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Alright then, let's see who... are we feeling lucky, Richard?
I'm always lucky. Yeah, it's the British.
Right, first move of the game. Oh man, how do I wish to use this? Right, Vince. I think this is quite lucky for me, really, isn't it? Because obviously I do have the ability to perhaps save the Greyhound now. So with the Greyhound, so obviously I could choose to advance, move backwards, and take a shot if I wish.
Yes, you can do, but bear in mind your range of 36.
But if I don't activate, I get a recce.
Yeah, so if you could leave him like that and then wait till I shoot at him, then
try and bait the shots.
But then you forego your turn really by just letting me shoot you and then you retreat.
So what I'm going to do here then is actually activate this infantry. Well, actually no, I suppose I could choose to activate the officer. Obviously move them up as a block.
Yeah, it means you get the officer and the squad to move up.
But then that does take out a second dice out of that bag for me, so... I think obviously, yeah, I'll activate the actual officer as well. So let's go get a dice. There we go. So I'm going to have the officer activated, so they're both going to advance. Now obviously I'm just looking to try and get some accurate fire into you really here, aren't I? Now of course I can't quite make it to the cover, but I think perhaps just take a shot at your team, try and pin them down, try and cause some issues.
Makes sense. This, which team we're shooting at?
So I'm going to attempt to shoot at the infantry squad,
the infantry team. Right, unless you're against the hard cover, you're not going to benefit from the hard cover, so... I think this is going to be long range. I don't know, would you say it's going to... You're shooting over traverse cover, that unless you're... I think unless you're against it, are you going to get...
I'd say these guys are moving out of the open, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're going to get any... sort of cover. I think I'd say it's probably open cover for those guys. I'd say it's open cover for these.
Yeah. Unless we're against it, or...
I suppose this is it really, isn't it? I mean, these guys are just running up to it, so I can imagine, obviously, well...
Yeah, I'd say unless you're against it, just to make the rule thing. Unless you're
or
against
should we count that as light cover then? Because obviously it's obscuring. We'll take 7...
Just have it eyesight. If it's obscuring, then -1.
I'd say that's light cover.
Yeah, so light cover then. But if you are against it, we'll take
then
it as
obviously hard cover.
because we are using the cover.
And obviously can move up there too.
Just check ranges. You're out of normal for the rifles. So they're probably all going to get the same negative really, because the LMG is far as well.
Okay, so I have 7 riflemen, is it? So 7 shots for the rifleman, and then with the British special rules, for every 3 men in the squad that have a rifle, I get an extra die. So that gives me 9 men. Yep. So we're going to roll the LMG in the same roll there.
Your same roll, because same modifier. So you freeze hit.
4 shots there.
Yeah, freeze hit normally. Your move makes it 4s, long range makes it 5s, soft cover makes it 6s.
Ooh, so what am I looking for here?
It's the palm trees. So you took 1, 2. Ooh,
2, not too bad really. So let's roll these. That's a 4 and a 2.
Just 1 man dead.
And how many pins is that? Just the
That's
1
1 pin? Just 1 way to fire, 1 pin. I can cope with that. I can cope with that.
But still, taking out a man, try to do something there. Now, of course, the actual lieutenant only has a SMG, so I'm going to say he's not within range there. There we go. But of course, that's taking 2 dice out of the bag for me. German.
Oh,
Whoops.
sorry, it's alright. Oh, this is going to be interesting what to do. Do I make you run away? Okay, we are going to...
Just getting preemptively ready here to do the recce.
So we know you've done on that side, so we're going to do a with me order here.
Ooh.
To shoot the MMG, and move, advance and shoot the infantry. So I need another 2 dice.
I'll give those dice now, so.
So that makes a easy point. So I want to gain that advantage on that right side. Okay, so we're going to do with me. So he's going to advance. He's going to try and advance and also put 2 shots onto the Greyhound.
Okay, so that's your commander then.
Yeah, so these guys are going to advance. They need a rally check. So they're leadership 9 down to 8, back up to 10 because of the officer. Oh, that is insane courage. If I were had more pins, I can lose D3 pins.
These men are ready for a fight.
They're ready for a fight. You've upset them.
They've lost helpful hands.
So I could direct my LMG fire against the Greyhound to pop some pins on it if I wanted to, which probably would be better. So I can start pinning. So I'm going to advance my officer to the left, and then we're going to see if he's in 12. Nope, fortunately he's out. But these guys are going to shoot. I think I'm going to have to shoot the infantry squad. They are the bigger threat. I've got a lot more options to shoot him this turn. So I think we're out of range, but we're in normal range for the LMG, but the rest of it long range. So we'll do the LMG first, but of course we're getting 5 shots. So I'm hitting you on 3.
Move 4, and then we can't do light cover.
So 5. So he needs 5s, but the rifleman needs 6s. So he 5s here. Power of the German dice, of course. Wow, absolutely nothing.
So is that no pins?
No pins, and then we've got the rifleman, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But these are at long range. 5, 6, 7. These will probably hit. These aren't even 6s though, because they're at an extra 1 modifier.
Ooh.
2 shots, 2 hits. So that's a pin on the squad.
Not bad, really.
That's pretty good. And then the machine gun goes. Force to wound. Oh,
2 down.
So 2 dead. We've rolled 1 6 and a 4. If I can re-roll this 6, that's 1 dead Bren gun. And it's 1 dead Bren gun. No, yeah, 1 dead Bren gun.
So you've taken a lot of my firepower there.
Yeah. I mean, I did think about taking the officer out, but it's going to make little difference with that NCO behind them, giving them orders. So we're going to activate the machine gun.
That was quite rough, actually.
Unfortunately, I've made a big error here. I should not have moved him away with 6. Would you let me just redo that as a friendly gesture, just to make sure?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Just so he is actually. I will make sure he's as far as out as he can be.
You've been very generous to me.
Yeah, but he's going to try and pop and shoot at the Greyhound. But I've got 2. I've got a pin. So I need a rally at leadership of 9, down to 8, back up to 10. Oh, so we just passed, moving the pin. So we're going to try 5 shots. We can't hurt the Greyhound, but we can pin him. So 5 shots. We just make sure that's no, it's an MMG, isn't it?
So with the recce rules then, now obviously if he has these pins on him, is he still able to recce?
I will just double check that. I think you are able to recce with the pins, but you're just getting the pins. We just quickly just check that.
So obviously at this point as well, obviously with that squad targeting the actual weapon team targeting the Greyhound, could I say I'm going to declare like a recce move and move?
Yeah, you could move back out of the way. So it's 1 full reverse back, if I remember rightly.
I think I'm going to use a recce move.
Yeah, just double check.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'll let you just do that. It's a good point because I am going to shoot him up otherwise.
So that's a 24-inch movement, really.
Yeah, he will be alive as well. Where's my recce roll? Just so I can. Yeah, plenty of inches back.
All the inches necessary. Okay, but then again, I mean, you've got your armoured car on the right-hand flank, you've got your Panzer IV there, so as far as it goes on this left flank, if I keep the Greyhound alive, that could be quite important for me. So I'm going to have him.
So what is the sub-scout cars, land vehicles operate scouting. When so such way superior and presence appear to avoidable. When reversing a voluntary because failed order test, the recce vehicle can reverse full advance 12 or 9 rather than half rate. Can manoeuvre if driving forward, i.e. wood vehicles down to your pivots. Recce vehicles can run. Escape light vehicles. Yep, so it's 1 full reverse and off you go down.
He done
it, yeah, you go down. But that's at least that was good for you, but good for me at the same time. I got the pin off there. He can act normally next turn, so yeah, that's not too bad.
To be honest, I'm quite happy with that really. So obviously he's got out of there. Your MG's obviously fired upon the Greyhound. I've still got line of sight on your infantry, still got line of sight on your Panzer Strike, still got line of sight on your mortar team. I think he's going to be quite important on this left flank.
I hope you're not in 24 inches when I move another 6, because I'm going to try and fire on Panzer.
I'm hoping I'm not.
So it's just the next dice.
I is
Yeah.
German.
So we're going to activate the Panzerschreck team, but now I'm hopefully going to get a little bit more cover here.
Oof.
So we are going to advance.
I mean, you can get this shot. I think you really want this shot.
Yes, we do. But I would say you're in the open there. Yeah, you're in the open.
So does the down order have any effect there?
No, not on vehicles. Only on. This is the downside of reversing back. Is you've done your lot now. So hitting you on a 3, move makes it 4, 5 because it's long range.
Oh, 6.
And it is a pit on the poor greyhound. So you're getting 1 pin. So what's the armor value of a? I don't think it's very good, is it?
So I'm looking for the. Is it the damage?
Damage, yeah.
So that's 7 plus.
I'm 6 plus. So I need a 1 to get superficial. Any over, it's put a pipe in that. 4.
Oh.
So I'm 3 over, which, if I remember rightly, is super damage. I don't think it's called super damage. I think it's called mega damage.
Now, obviously, I've learnt a lesson here. Should have possibly taken a bit more of that inches.
Okay, so if I'm where is it? Massive damage roll to a C below.
Massive damage. I might survive this in health.
I think it's 2 over. It must be 2 over. I'm out of 4, so I'm 3. I think it is 3 over, and I'm 3 over. So it's rather than normal damage, where I'd roll 1 dice, it's 2 dice on the table. Oh, a 6. It's gone.
Yeah.
So we remove 1 dice from the. You give me my victorious dice. Thank you very much. And then we go to the smoke pile.
It could have been so good. I was gloating there about how happy I was to have the greyhound, and then just so very quickly.
Had some comedic. Had some more comedic smoke.
I mean, this is massively damaging. Seems to be a staple of our games, really. I lose the greyhound first.
It was unlucky, though. Very unlucky.
There we go. And it is now British Town. That was rough. That was certainly very rough. How many oofs on the UFO meter we're going to call that one?
It was off the for me.
Just off the charts.
Unfortunately, there it was just bad. That was lucky hit, a lucky hit, and a Panzerschreck. Panzerschrecks are good,
They are fantastic.
but maybe give me a slight more advantage in mobility and tanks. I feel a little bit more safer, but there is still a Churchill. There is still a 6 pounder.
Well, this is, isn't it? But then again, the 6 pounder doesn't really have much to oppose. But still, I mean, I could potentially rotate and maybe a shot down there.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
You've got some field to fire to that side.
I do see that car, Bet. I'll bear that in mind. Now, what I'm going to do here, Ben, is advance my infantry squad here in the centre. I'm going to advance them into the. Are we going to class this as light cover when they're out in the open?
I think so. Yeah, light cover.
But obviously, if they're behind something.
If you're behind the wall, and if you're hugged against the brick wall, it is hard cover there. I think a lot of my centre line is going to have to rally this turn.
Let's make that harder. Of course, they should have a little bit of separation between them, but with the train constraints here, I think you'll forgive me.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. I'll be putting all my HE weapons down there.
Right then, so I've advanced, and I think I'm going to do the only reasonable thing I can do and take a shot at those men out in the open there. Now I can see.
If you can see more than half,
I can see 4 men.
and out of the what's that?
Yeah,
4,
that's
5,
4 men.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see less than half. So I would benefit from the hard cover there.
That's fine. Of course, I've moved. So that's 7 shots again.
Oh, the
Then obviously 2
rifles in range. I think maybe one rifleman. One rifleman at the far back. I don't think he can
so
shoot.
that's 8 shots on. Okay. Let's get the MMG ready. Well, the LMG, sorry. That's 4 shots to the LMG.
Yeah, I think we're all at the same thing. So we've freeze to hit. 4's because you moved. 5's long range. A -6, 7's though, but it is 6's and 6's. It can be done.
Ooh, 2 6s.
So if you roll again, get another 2. We got some damage. Nope.
No damage.
Whew, I thought I was going to have to make a rally this turn with that squad.
Is that no pins either then?
No pins either, so because you need 7s, you've got to roll 6's and 6's and then you roll your damage.
Just assume that obviously they're just so nasty. But still I'm happy with that. I mean, I've got a position here where I've got some nice cover. I've got a beat down the centre road there, really. Let's see who's next. British again.
It's going to be so difficult. I feel I'm quite safe on this right side now. I feel like I can do some damage to you.
I'd say so, actually. Right, what I'm going to do here then is, I think I'm going to try and take a commanding position here. I think what I'm going to do here then is, I'm going to move the Churchill. So we're taking it from the front of the vehicle, or from where? Well, we'll say the front of the hall. Obviously, the church is quite a long bed, isn't it? Have him move up, slight pivot, obviously there. There we go. Now he's advanced, but he's on the road now, so it will be a little bit easier. For
Next turn, he'll be flying all the way.
Now I do have a shot on that. Well, sorry, on that Panzer IV. Now he's obscured by some of the infantry, he's obscured by some of that actual brickwork. So
It's just how much you can see, or you're going to give me hard cover or not.
I can't see the armoured car.
Oh.
I can see the infantry in that wooded area. But I think I'm going to go ahead and...
Is it mainly hard cover that's covering him?
It's a good, it's a good amount of hard cover. Yeah.
If I'm shooting you, it's hard cover. I think definitely, If I was trying to shoot you, it's definitely hard cover. So it's definitely a hard cover. So you've got 3 to hit normally. Your move makes it 4s, 5s, 6s. What range are you at? It's a medium AT gun, isn't it?
So medium AT gun is 60.
What we're at here, unfortunately, we're just over.
So is this long range?
It is, and that unfortunately makes it 6s and 6s. It can be done. It can be done.
So I'm going to say shooting AP at the tank.
Yeah, AP.
That's a 4, so miss.
But there's nothing I can do about that. I've just got to sit and take it because I'm going to probably have to rally this turn.
Moving on. And we have German.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so as I'm feeling a little bit safer on this side, I think we're going to pop a sniper round at the guys with 3 pins again.
This could be bad.
If they've got 3 pins already, I might as well keep trying to add them pins on to nerf that unit, and then it makes me a little bit more free. So I'm going to hit you on a 3 up, sorry. I'll roll that again. 5, a hit, so that's another pin onto the squad. And then forced to kill, and I'll choose who dies. No!
No deaths either. But still, those pins are adding up.
I'm liking that.
I can imagine you are. British. Right, oof. I suppose this is the issue now, isn't it? Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and... I suppose this is the question now, isn't it? Do I advance further? Or do I try and get some accurate firing? I think...
I'm trying to think where your Piat team's gone. I can't see him anymore.
Just over here.
I'm just checking.
I do wish we had some British Panther Shreks. Those would be fantastic, actually. See, what I'm going to do then is, let's go ahead. Now, the range of the rifle, is that 24 inches?
24.
I don't know if I'd be within rifle range.
It's going to be close. Remember the range there, from there to there, is 24.
I think I'd be out of rifle range there, but I'm tempted. I'm tempted to take the shot with the LMG just to try and put some pins on that squad there, really. So yeah, I'm going to have... So I do like the position that squad has. I think they have a nice position there. So I'm going to have them fire, so they don't take the penalty there. Well, I don't think I'm within rifle range.
It's going to be close.
I'd say that's out.
Yeah, just
out. But if they advance further, then they're going to come under some pretty intense and accurate rifle fire. So that's 4 shots with the MMG. Sorry, with the LMG. Now the LMG is 30 inches there.
Yeah, it's probably in range. It's just going to be the
Just long range,
modify, and I'm definitely in the open there, so I'm not going to get any.
So that's just 4 shots. They haven't moved.
So just 4
yeah.
to hit.
Wow, okay, that's 3 falls.
So I've got a pin there. So I'm down to 2. And 4s to kill.
That is 2 dead.
2 dead. So just 2 rifle guys.
I'd call that a nice move there. It's just putting small pins on your squad there, taking some of their number out. There we go. God, British again. But then again, this isn't particularly a good thing for me, really, because you're going to be able to react to what I'm doing.
I'm just happy with that. Actually, I do apologise. Roll a dice on a 6. Oh no, I didn't kill anybody. There's a medic there. I didn't know if I took any casualties from.
No, not that time.
I don't think there was any rifle fire casualties, was there?
Now my MMG has a range of 36 inches, but this is an issue, really, isn't it?
Do you move it closer, or the sniper has shot this turn?
That is true. I think what I'm going to do here then. So I could declare a shot, but I don't know if I'm within range. But what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to have my MMG team actually advance. I'm going to have them, they can move 6 inches now, but I'm going to have them move 6 inches just up this way. Just try and be a little bit closer, but hopefully have a little bit more field of fire there, really. There we go, British again. Too many British.
Did I put my dice back in that bag?
You did, but I took them out. Oh. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do here then is... Now I do have my my light mortar squad actually. Team I should call them. I'm going to have them advance. So I'm going to have them advance within the cover over here. Obviously try not to obscure the line of sight of my 8 even, so I'll just have them about there. And the range of the light
12,
mortar,
24.
12, so obviously within 12 inches I can't fire, but it's up to 24. So I'm going to attempt to hit that squad over there, and I think I'm just out there.
Just out, a smidgen.
A smidgen. There we go. But this is it. I suppose over time you get to learn the ranges. British again, okay. I'm feeling the heat now. Richard's like, yeah. Oh dear, right, okay. I think what I'm going to do here then, just to try and keep something in reserve until it gets to your turn, is I'm going to have this gentleman over here. He's going to use his rifle now. He's just a single rifleman. I'm going to have him take a shot at the armoured car.
Single man, reveal yourself.
Single man, reveal yourself. And that's within range. Well, that would be obviously long range.
He can't hurt the armoured car, but he can certainly pin it. So, are you giving me some light cover for the?
Yeah, that's light cover.
So, hitting on a 4 for long range, 5 for soft cover.
And there's a 4.
Swings past the driver's head. He's like, what was that? It was a wasp.
And that's British again. Okay. The bag's turned against me here. Loving me too much.
It's my bag, that's all.
Right, okay, so I think what I'm going to do here then is attempt to rally this squad.
That's 4 pinned, but remember you do it on your base leadership, which is 9, so just quick, before you do that, have I stopped shooting at them yet?
That is true actually, isn't it?
That is a question. Have I stopped shooting at that unit? Because you can rally them, because then I'll just, somehow I've got a few things, and I'm more likely going to, if they're not going to move, I'm going to shoot them again. Just a hint there, just to put a little bit of pressure.
That's true, actually. So now I can attempt to advance, but obviously I'd have to pass
at -4.
A -4.
And that's 5 on 2 dice. So, it's risky, but the worst thing you can do is go down.
That's true. But I suppose if I go down, I'm not going to move it. I think I'm going to attempt to try and move. So I'll have them on an advance order. I mean, the worst thing is it fails and they take a few more casualties, which is obviously arguably bad. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
But if you go down, it'll be -2 to hit.
That's true, but I don't think they're in a good position, are they? I'm going to attempt it. So I need to roll, so under a 5, this is going to be rough, isn't it?
I'll let you take it back and do a rally, if you want. Rally seems, I don't know, I wouldn't, what have you got left?
So
Use something else on the side of your board. Use your anti-tank gun to fire a HE shell at somebody, and do that last. Because I think that's all your dice really. It's you got like, or move the medic somewhere else, or just like move them inch or something. I don't know. It just seems a little bit of a waste to advance to go down. I'll let you decide, but that's what I would think.
okay, in fact, I'll change that to a down order. Then perhaps in future turns.
Oh, no, don't go down. Just don't activate them all together, and
Oh,
go down when if I do shoot at you at some point, or I may not shoot at them now because literally they are nerfed in respect for that.
Richard being entirely too kind.
Because, like I said, if you would have activated them, I'd just or rallied them, I'd shot them up again and added extra pins. So you'd have just gained back pins from what you've lost.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do then is attempt with the 6-pounder to take a shot at your Panzerschreck team.
Just remember, they are a small team.
That's correct. And they've also got cover.
I think an extra modifier. That's all. It's a medium AT, isn't it?
That's correct.
So we've got a 60-inch range. I'll let you do the range.
So should we measure 30 inches, see if we're within. So they're out of 30-inch range.
Just you lose the velocity of the round. That's all.
Okay.
If it hits one of them, it's HE anyways.
HE, of course.
Yeah. So you hit me on a 3 to hit normally. 4's because the cover. 5's because the small team. 3, so 4's cover. 5 small team.
Fire order. So I'd say 5.
Small team cover long range, isn't it?
Oh, long range, of course, yes.
Could happen.
That's a 2,
Nope.
so no shot there, connect.
They count their lucky stars.
Oh, I'm so it's not the British side. Finally, German.
Finally! Okay.
Which is like, this is going well now.
Yeah.
But no, to be fair, you have taken out the M8 Greyhound.
We are going to rally the machine gun team, the mortar team. We're going to have a cup of tea. We've had enough of this, guys. So we're at leadership 9. Let's see if I can rally. And we get a 7, so we lose 1 pin. So we're down to 2 pins, and then we get D6 pins gone.
Oh,
Unlucky.
close, but no cigar.
No crumpets.
And that is British cheese.
How lucky is that?
Yeah.
That must be the only unit left. No, you got Piet team, haven't you?
Piet team.
So,
Lucky
out of
Piet
all
team.
the dice.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure here just from having too many dice. So I'm going to have them advance. I suppose I'm just going to try and get the Piet team up the centre there.
It's just another thing for me to shoot at if I can. I'm glad the artillery's done. It could have been a lot worse.
So I'll have them advance up 6. So I'm going to have them just enter.
Yeah, they're definitely in hard cover. There's no way. Yeah, there. Unless my sniper can see him, but I don't think he can.
I think the building's obscuring them, isn't it? There we go, and that is the order. So I think the only thing I've got left is just that. But I can guarantee I'm going to choose that dice
It's the
now.
next dice, of course.
And that is German. Oh. And there we go.
Yep. Okay, so what we're going to do? We've got just too much choice. Thanks for that. We're going to advance this squad into this little rubble house, and we're going to try and pour some fire onto the British there, I think. So we've got 1 pin. So we leadership 8. Ooh, a pass. So we'll remove the pin. We're going to move 6 this way.
And you only had the 1 pin, was it, on them?
Yeah, the 1 pin, yeah.
Actually, wasn't too accurate on those guys.
But you've caused me to slow down a little bit. I'm a little bit slowed down. Make sure most of these guys get in the cover.
You do have a fantastic position there, don't you?
Like I said, I try and do the board as neutral as possible. So there's.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, of course, you've got that. I've got this. I mean, this is it. You can't. I'm not complaining.
So we'll see what we can shoot you with. So we're going to open up on that squad there.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to definitely get soft cover from there. I mean, not all the squad is behind that. Would you say or not? I'm not too sure.
I'd say with the angles, it's just let's assume that you're sort of shooting like that, aren't you? So I'd say that is maybe light cover perhaps.
Yeah, I'll give you light cover for that. So we'll shoot the LMG first for 5 shots. So we're hitting you on freeze. Move makes it 4s. Is it long range? No, it's at normal range. So 5s to hit for the LMG, but the rifles will need 6s because they're going to be at long range. So 5s for the LMG. Oh,
1-5 there.
1-5 there. See if he gets kill. and he gets a 5 at 1 kill.
So that's 1 pin so far.
1 pin so far and 1 death. And then the rifleman. So that's
Take him to the rear.
all the riflemen are in range, but they're going to be long range, unfortunately. So that's 1, 2.
So they moved long range in cover. I reckon they can probably get some skulls out here.
Yep, so it's freeze, move, force, long range 5s, cover 6s. I think so. We can do some 6s. Never failed me before.
Ooh, wow. 3 6s. Okay, yeah,
3.
definitely.
Okay, and then force to kill some Tommies. No.
Ooh, nobody dies.
But just that weight of fire there did me well.
It's going to be bloody down here in the centre, isn't it? Now, you guys can imagine if we were playing like a late war scenario here where you would see like assault rifles. The Germans have some really impressive.
You can go all out if you want to, but like I said, just try to make this list as equally fair.
And German again.
As
Statistically, he's in favour of the Germans.
Yeah. So I think we're going to rally this machine gun here. We've got 2 pins. I'm not risking it. So leadership 9. Pass. We go down to 1, and then take 1 d6, and we're both off.
Not bad. But that slowed them really.
You slowed me down there. I'm tempted to see what the Panzer IV. I'm tempted just to go off somewhere else now and just run out of the way.
Cause some havoc, and that is British.
Oh, so your last dice. That's hard to do.
So I can. Oh, there's another dice in there. Why have I not moved then? Oh, be the medic then.
The medic. Yeah, we don't care about that.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here then is actually just I think move the medic really. Just try and buy some time. I think what I'll do here then is just try and obscure the medic a little bit more, and I'll call that there then. And there we go. Now just one more dice of mine into this bag. That has been so cursed against me, and that is German.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to do a with me order here to advance this squad of Germans and the officer just to move forward, and then see if we can. Well, to be honest, we've not got very much line of sight on.
So this is why I like this position really. Just 'cause I think it's quite important to try and control this area.
I need another dice, and I'll do a with me order here, so we can only advance into here. But we're in the rough terrain. We're not gonna. We've still got some cover here. Probably going to move the officer because I want to move the officer closer to the squad that's got pins. So he's just going to move up here. And then to the next dice.
There we go, and that is British. I think I didn't move another leader, did I? So it must be one of these over here, man.
Yeah, there must be a leader you've moved with him.
Yeah, it's in over there. I think it must have been this Johnson
There's a
here.
ginger hat. You've got a ginger hair. Has he got a ginger hat somewhere? No, you've only got 2 leaders, remember? It's the squad, so you've got 2 there's an officer behind there.
Oh, that's
There's an officer there.
Right, yeah, that's
He's got the book and the guy with the ginger
okay,
hair.
man. Yep, so to be fair with him, I think what I'm going to do here then is, I think I'm just going to keep him as he is, really.
Yeah, just get down. Doesn't really need to do anything with him. Or you can move him closer to somewhere, but remember, keep him behind your
Well,
troops.
this is it, yeah. I think what I'll do then is, I don't think your sniper can see, but actually, I think what I'm going to do here then
I don't think I can claim it because he's being blocked by the squad.
Oh, okay.
I can't shoot. I can't.
I'll
see
just
him.
have him go down then, really.
Just hope it's your dice, so you can decide what to do with that squad. So I can pummel them with my AP fire, HE fire.
German.
Okay. So this squad is going to advance. They're at -2, but with an officer.
Yep.
Back up 2, so it's
Base leadership there, really.
base
isn't it?
leadership 9. And yes, so we're down to
Almost insane courage, man.
almost insane courage. But so we're going to. I might as well run because I just need to get out of the.
Yeah, out of the kill zone.
Get out of the kill zone there a little bit and jump into the building next turn, maybe if I can. And to the next dice.
That's a nice position behind there, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to get bloody very soon.
There we go, and German.
Okay, we're running out of things to actually activate now. It's just that. I don't know why I still got that. That must be my last dice. Apart from the hand. Oh no, it's not.
The armoured car? Have you shot with the armoured car?
No, I haven't. So, I think I'm going to get a little bit brave. Do I get closer to the infantry at 36 to get normal range? Because you're not going to get any cover from this side, I don't think.
You've got to worry about the Piat.
Fortune favours the bold.
And the man armed with a Panzer Strike.
Yeah. And the man, well, in fact, he did brilliantly. He's man of the match now. So I think we're going to advance the armoured car to the end of the road, and we're going to pour some HE fire because they've already activated.
That's true.
And they won't be able to go down, because if I shoot at these guys, you're going to pull your dice out and go, I'm going down, and then I'm -2 to hit. So I might as well go for them guys. But the question is, do I stand still? Is that 36? That's the question. 36 for light. No, it's 48 for the light horse can. You know what? I'm going to stay still. So we're just going to fire.
So obviously you're not taking any negative modifier from moving there, are you, to your shooting? So you have some pretty effective fire, man.
So 48, we'll just... I think we're definitely in range. Yep, we
Yeah,
are 38 inches. I think I can see most of the squad on that left side. I can see 6 men on the right, and there's 3 men hidden behind the building.
How many did you say you can actually see?
I can see 6.
Okay, yeah.
So we're going to choose, of course, HE. Why not shoot HE? We could just annihilate 2 men. But we're going to do this. So we need freeze tip normally, but long range, making it 4s. Miss and miss.
Now that was very lucky. That could have done a lot of damage there. But then again, at least that squad has had a little bit of a reprieve there.
So if you, they're not going to get as many pins as they would.
And that is British, okay. So I think there's only one thing I can really do with that squad there. I think I'm going to go and I think I'm going to go down there really, just because you've got another squad there.
Oh, they're activated. I'm done. The only thing left is a Panzer IV. So it's a rally.
Actually, yeah, I think I'll attempt to rally here. I think it's probably
a rally is probably a sensible decision there.
I think it's the only chance I've really got there. So how do rallies work?
So rally, you work on your base leadership, which is 9.
So down to 5.
Yeah.
So
no, you don't get any negatives for a rally.
Oh right,
so
okay. So just under 9.
But when you pass the order, you remove 1 pin.
Oh right.
And then you remove an extra d6.
So that is there's 11.
That is a fail. They hit the ground. They're scared of the 222 sitting there going, hello.
So that's me. There we go. So the only dice left in the bag then is German.
This is not going to go well.
So I'll pass you the bag over as well.
Okay, so I'm going to issue an advance order. We're going to issue an advance order and come to the left side out of the way of the Churchill. But I'm at -2, so the higher probability of me rolling double 6 and going down again.
I'm hoping for that full bar.
So 6, 9, 8, 7. Oh!
So close. I was hoping for a full bar there.
Clutches it. So we're going to pivot 1 degree, 90 degree there, and then we're going to go.
Such a nice model though, isn't it, the Panzer IV?
Yeah. And I think we can still see some British down that centre road.
Yeah,
which
I can see.
I think we are going to give them a little bit of waking up there. So I think only the hull-mounted MMG can shoot at them. But I am at an extra -1 for the pin though, because of the amazing artillery strike that happened.
So would we say they're in light cover?
I'd say light cover at least, yeah, definitely. So I'm at 30 range, so it's long range. This is going to be very hard for me to hit.
You've got a lot of dice.
But only my hull mounted, turret mounted can see. My hull mounted, I don't think. Do you think it's got the traverse on them or not?
I think it maybe have. So I'd say.
I mean, in respectfully, I could just change my arc to move that way instead.
True.
I'll do that instead, so I can shoot both then. But I think I'll be very surprised if anything hits. So that'll be a mighty.
That's a lot of dice.
I think it's 12 shots for the 12 shots. That's 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 shots. So I'm hitting on a 3 normally, 4s because I moved, 5s because the cover, 6s because the range, 7s because of the pin. So I'm looking for schools here.
Ooh, do see some.
2 schools, see if we get another 2. This will be good just for getting a pin on that squad, just to make you have to take that leadership check. Nope.
Oh.
But the Panzer IV is out of some trouble.
That is very true, actually.
Okay, so we are at the end of... I'm a bit dicey with that can see me. I think it probably can see me.
It can be a very hard shot.
Yes.
So I think that is all our dice there. So we're at the end of
turn 2. So in the turn 2, yeah.
We're going to turn 3. Collect the dice there. Ooh.
So as we're getting closer now, the game's getting a little bit more brutal.
I think this is going to be absolute brutality here in the centre soon.
And that's all of my dice. Just have a quick scout around to make sure we've got... I think we've got all of them. That pesky spotter, I can't do much about him. So I think that's all dice. So the start of turn 2.
Yep, there we go.
I'm 1 up, but it's still a draw until I can get at least 2 away from his score.
So that was quite an important kill there.
Yeah, if I didn't kill that, that thing would just be absolutely annoying.
But then again, it could have gone so many different ways, could have missed, but I think in the future I'll learn to pull further back.
It's like a glass hammer. It's good, but it will get pinned by light on. And it's got, if you cannot get it to a HMG. And
That's very true.
That HMG would hurt the armoured car as well, and it would kill infantry a lot better. Oh.
British first dice.
No, that's going to hurt me on that right side, on that side there, I think.
I don't know what you're talking about here, Richard. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a with me order with the optional officer here as well.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm doing this because I want to try and get an SMG into range as well. So just another dice there, please.
But respectively, 2 dice out the bag straight away for me.
That is true.
Wait for you, but give me that slight advantage. You could fail the order.
Okay, so -1 to their leadership, but the officer's there, so...
+2, but a 10.
And that is 9, they pass. Barely.
So you remove the pin. Now my question is, do I go down?
Do you, Richard? But I haven't yet declared a target.
Yeah, you haven't got a target yet, so...
So I'm going to have the infantry advance up. Obviously get into that hard cover there. But I have lost my LMG.
Which, yeah, is reducing that fire of that squad. Otherwise, that would be in some
Quite
trouble.
heavily reduced.
Remember, you can't shoot through your own unit, so he's going to have to come to the side, making himself a little bit of a target for me. Or my officer going to go and MP40 him to death.
That is very true there, really, isn't it?
So you weigh up the options. Is it worth the 2 shots for the extra pin?
I think what I'm going to do here then is make a little bit of room in the actual squad.
I think there has to be an coherency. You can move through them. You can move through them. Units can move through each other.
Oh, right.
But they can't end the movement within each other like a thing. So you can just move past them.
I'll make a little bit of room there.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes complete sense. Yeah, because they can shoot around him, so that's not an issue.
Just tighten that up a little bit.
See, I've got a lot of rifle shots coming my way there. Are you in? You're probably in 12 as well, aren't you?
So we'll measure that range. So that is within 12 for the NCO and
Yeah.
12 for the actual.
So there's an NTO in there as well. So you get. I think I'm going to have to play this guy down. I think it's a sensible thing here. I can't take that fire, and I've got other things on the side that can shoot that squad. So we're
Right.
going to go down.
So they've moved. So that's +4, well 4s, and then obviously they're going down, so 6s. That is pretty rough, that, isn't it?
I had to do it though. I had to nerf the unit. If I didn't do that, I would lose a lot of men there.
So have I just lost the LMG over here then? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just 2 extra shots there, really.
Yes, that's 6, 7, 8 shots, and then you got the officer inside the squad as well with the SMG. Do it at the same time as your officer guy,
Yeah.
because they're shooting at the same penalties.
So that's the rifle, and then just another 2 for the SMG, is that?
Yeah, it's 2, but he's different. He's got 12 inches range.
Oh.
Just roll the SMG separately. So the SMG is 12 inches range. So if you do the rifles, which is 6s.
Let's take 2 out there for the SMG.
I'm ready for a pin because I reckon you're going to get 1 6 here.
That is 2 6s.
Yep. So what's 1 pin and then force to kill?
That
No.
is no kills, but still pin.
Still a pin.
Right.
So SMG, he's got 12 inches range, so he's got freeze hit normally. Doesn't get the -1 for moving and shooting.
Just that 6s again, really.
So no, that could be better. So he's freeze to hit normally. 4s long range. Yeah, 6s. Yeah, you're right. So it would have been all 6s.
Oh, that is a 6.
Yep.
That one's
But
cocked.
we had to differentiate between the officer shooting because that's one way to fire.
And that's a 3. So just 1 hit there.
So force to wound.
But that is another pin, isn't it?
Was that from the officer in the squad or the officer?
We'll count it as the squad. We'll
Yeah,
count it as a squad.
Because that, if it was the other guy, I
That's
just killed
fun.
one.
Oof. Some nice fire there.
But like I said, if that was the officer on his own,
Yeah,
it
then
would
that
be an
would be
extra
enough.
pin.
Okay, so we'll do the officer on his own.
So 6s again.
And that is no hits. No dice.
I think that's accessible loss for me there. I like that loss.
At least that actually paid off me. I mean, they're now in hard cover. And they're actually, well, I mean, I've lost the LMG, but at least I've got 2 SMGs. So you win some, you lose some.
To the next dice, and it is back to you again.
Seems to be some sort of pattern here. Now. I'm thinking about here then is possibly, I mean, this is it. I mean, it's difficult with that Panzer IV being there. That squad has taken a little bit of fire. Well, not too badly, actually. I think what I'm going to attempt to do here then is attempt to... So obviously if I choose to advance here, and I do succeed the actual order test, I do lose that pin, don't I?
Yes.
I suppose the issue is, it's like, do I choose to fire at that squad? Or, I mean, this is it, isn't it, really?
You can run into the building if you like, but you can only run into a building.
But then again, I'm in full, well, that builder's in full view of the Panzer IV as well.
I'll just double, yeah, well, it depends what you want to do. It's whoever jumps in first. I'll just double check the rule for the building because I'm slightly unsure with the building. But I'll let you do what you need to do while I just check.
It's a hard choice, really.
Swap.
But I suppose, I think I'm going to choose to advance, but of course I'm still going to succeed on the order test.
It's -1. I mean, as much as extremely unlucky.
And that is, ooh,
Only just a pass.
that's very lucky.
So to run into it, you can only infantry must be ordered to run into a building. You can advance out of a building, but you can only run in there. It stops you walking into a building and then
Yeah, that's true.
pouring fire out a window.
I think what I'm going to do though actually is I'm going to go ahead and actually claim the hardcover on this area here. So I'm going to go behind the actual building.
Yeah, that's fine. A little bit of a tactical movement there.
I don't think I've got that many other moves I could potentially do there.
I think advancing out would be...
Yeah, I think it'd be too... It's like I'd be opening myself up to being rather severely beaten. That and they do gain that. So obviously I lose the pin there as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's quite nice. I get that hard cover. It opens it up for the Churchill to move as well.
It's going to be a bit of a David versus Goliath. I don't know who's David and who's Goliath, to be honest with you.
Well, I think as far as it goes to the Churchill, I've got to make use of that frontal armour and...
You see now, as I've taken the Greyhound out, I've got a slight for options with my Panzerschreck team because he's there. He's not a threat, but he could be a threat. So it's judging that up.
So I've advanced, but I am going to take a shot. But
remember, your Piat
team is in the way.
Is blocking. So you could think of. I don't know what you can see on this side of the board here. You could probably pull some fire from there over to this side, but it's going to be mighty. Whatever you can see, it's going to be difficult, I think. But like I said, just get your head down, see what you can see.
I mean, I can see that infantry squad there. I can see the Panzerschreck, but obviously that's a small team. Now, of course, it could be good to try and take some shots with Panzerschreck, but I think, well, then again, your infantry squad is down, isn't it? So
yeah, it may sound silly. It'd be easier to hit them than it would be to hit them.
Yeah, that's true, actually, isn't it?
I think your rifles are more likely at range, but your Bren gun will probably be in range of the. Remember what happened last time to the Panzer?
That's true.
It took 1-2 hits and it was all gone.
I'll measure out the range then. So I'm going to say that squad. So this squad is going to fire the Panzerschreck team over here. So rifles are out of range. Now the LMG is 30 inches, isn't it?
36.
36, isn't it?
He's well in range. I know that for sure. He's the only thing in range.
Yes.
I'm going to take it on the chin, I think. So
there you go. 4 shots, moved there in cover there.
Small team and long range.
So 6s.
6s. Ooh.
And
lucky.
nothing. No dice.
Sweet FA.
But still very hard cover now.
If you ain't going to roll the die, you ain't going to hit. Even if at 6, you could. We've done it before where all you need is a 6.
And then a 6. And then a 6.
And the next dice. Oh,
British.
It's the British again. Did you put my dice in here?
Well, making it harder to steal them. Right, okay, now... This is true, isn't it, with the Panzerschreck there? But I think what I'm going to do here then is activate the Churchill. Now, with the road here, so obviously normally I'd move 6 inches on open terrain, well basically just anything that's not road.
I think it's ×2. Let me just double clarify that. So tractor vehicle on road is ×2. But if you advance, you'll get 2 pivots. So you can go 24 with 2 pivots of 90 degrees. So you can.
That's a lot of mobility, really.
But remember, only 2 pivots, so you can pivot.
So it'd be 1 pivot to turn that way, and then I'd have 1 more pivot.
Yeah, so you can pivot any time you move, but remember that. So you can pivot 1, move you 12, and then pivot again, and move another 12. But you can't pivot again, remember.
That's true. So what I'm going to do here is actually just see to control this central ground. I'm going to try and just take that squad or cause some issues there. And of course, your Panzer IV is there, but he can't do anything. you do have your Panzerschreck team there. So what I'm trying to do is actually put some distance between myself and the Panzerschreck, but also get in a position where can I hold the centre down and maybe try and take some pot shots at that armoured car.
Remember, Reki is there still, but I don't know if I can get out of the way of him if he does it.
So what I'm going to do here then is, so he's going to
One pivot, yeah, and then you got however far you want to move before you can pivot again. So you
take the trees out. So I'm going
just
to...
remember stay on the road.
That's true.
That's the only thing to stay on the road.
And then I'm going to pivot and bring the... Obviously it's a little bit of the angle there with the actual train, but that is going to obviously have the... there we go. And I'll call that. So, what I'm going to do here then, of course I can see that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry members there, but that is half a team. So would we call that a hard cover?
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm tempted with it. Are you going to double MG me?
I'm going to double MG you.
I'm going down.
You're going to go down then, okay.
Never underestimate going down. Even though sacrifice the unit, that unit will survive. So you are...
that's 10 shots then?
Yeah, 10 shots. So free sit normally. You move makes it... You're on 7s.
Yeah.
I think it's probably higher than 7s, but...
And I do only have 1 6 there, so if I go again, and that's just a 1. So, no dice. But I've got my church onto position, and
it's a good position there, really good position.
And this is it. I'm just going to try and make the most of that, really.
Oh,
ooh. Now then.
You see now, I think even more infantry are blocking, even if there were a shot between.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it's worth a HE shot at the Panzerschreck team, just to try and take them out.
Off the scale. I think what I'm going to do here, because I don't want to activate too much too soon. So I'm going to have my rifleman over here.
I'm going to snipe him this time. I don't think I can actually see him. I can't actually see him. just.
Okay, so we know he's in range. So it's just a long shot, really, isn't it?
So it's long range cover. So it's 5, wasn't it? Yeah. 4 5s.
So that is a 6. So that is a pin on the armoured car.
Ding!
And yeah, that's about it.
That's it. You just
unless he's got some special rounds in there.
Yeah, just
well, still, that's a pin on your armoured car. Oh.
I'm not doing it on purpose. Look, guys, there is his colours in the bag. There is his colours.
Just when it goes into the bag, it just change colours now.
Yeah, there is 2 parts to this bag.
Oh, see, I'm tempted to move up the light mortar team, really.
But remember, who did you shoot at last turn?
I shot. I don't think I was in range.
No, you wasn't, was you?
I attempted that squad, but I don't think they were in range. I think. So now, when it comes to mortars, there's no advantage to firing. Is the advantage if I was to have that mortar team just go to fire order? I don't really gain an advantage on that, do I?
Every turn it gets better. So
right.
Every time you shoot it, it's always 6 to hit to start off with.
But obviously, there's no negative
to move and shoot.
Yeah,
you're a light mortar.
But to be fair, I think that's a nice position, really. So what I'm going to do here then is I'll just call it a fire one. Obviously, doesn't make a difference, but then
just go down.
Just go.
Just go down, because if I want to shoot at him, then it means I get a better odds.
Are they still able to use their mortar then?
No. Well, once you go down, that's it. You're done for the turn. But if you're not going to do anything good with him, if you're going to keep him in that position, just go down. There's not going to hurt you just to go down.
But I am going to take a shot.
Yeah, you might as well, because you can measure range, can't you?
That's true.
Remember, it's indirect, so whatever you can see.
I'm going to attempt to take a shot at this team there. So obviously the infantry out there building. So within 24 inches then, basically. So that's within.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 6s to hit.
6s, but at least put some pressure on that squad, stay in a good position there. That is a 1. So that is now hitting on 5s from next turn.
Next turn. So if you get the first turn, you more likely would use that unit first, but there might be more important things to do.
That's British again, right?
So taking the initiative. That's all you are. You're
I just wish I had my armoured car, but Come on, sir. I can't remember how that song goes now.
I'll look later.
Oh. Now you do have a good position there. I mean, they are in a good position, but they're definitely within the line of sight of that Panzer IV there.
Yeah, I'm going to be... Once they lose that pin, it's going to be...
But of course, I could choose to activate the officer there, get them all moving, But I might.
The threat of the armoured car on the left, the threat of the
That's
Panzer
true.
IV is going to... I need to start moving on the left side and start putting pressure because I feel that I'm in a little bit of trouble on that right side due to that pouring fire last time. But
The SMGs have done quite well there. This is a toughie. It's a toughie, Richard. It's a toughie. See, this is it. It's like, do I choose? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that squad for the time being. I'm not going to activate them as of yet. Now, the MMG, though, I think I might take a shot at. Let's have a look. What can the MMG see? So he can see the armoured car, he can see the infantry, he can see the sniper team. But I think what I'm going to do here is try and put some more shots into that armoured car. So the MMG range is 36 inches.
makes sense. Makes complete sense, that does.
So let's see if we're within range. I
Yeah.
would say we're in range.
Range for days.
Long range.
If you give me some soft cover for that, would you, for the...
Yeah,
concealment?
definitely soft cover.
Yep, so...
So I'll have them on fire order. So that's is it,
Five
shots?
shots for MMG. I'd expect him to... What's that? 3s, 4s, 5s?
Fives. But that is wow, 3 6s and wow, and 5 2. So
Bing, 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 bing.
that works out quite nicely.
Yeah, putting pressure on him. I can't do anything about it. I'll take it in the face.
There's another British. Oh, I'm feeling that pressure building now. Like a pressure cooker. I think what I'm going to do here then is. This is actually tough. Where do I want to go here?
You could limber it forward a little bit. Or you could limber
Yeah,
it.
that's
You
true.
could limber it towards the centre for better line of sight.
I think what I'm going to do here then is. In fact, I'm going to have them. I think I'm going to take a shot at the Panzer Shred team.
Yeah, makes sense. Remember, they are a small team. A little bit more difficult to hit there.
Though I do have line of sight on the. I'd say they're both obscured by cover, so it's one or the other really. I mean, they're both small teams, aren't they?
No, this is not a small team.
is that
That is
not
a small team.
team?
Yeah. Extra -1 to shoot the thingy team here.
So actually, yes, I'm going to attempt to shoot at the mortar team. So my range for the medium AT gun is 60.
You're at long range.
Long range, okay.
So
Obviously they've not moved. Well, can't move them far anyway, so
Yep.
that's irrelevant. So just one dice.
Fives.
So fives. Still can happen. So obviously high
I'll be-
explosive.
it might happen. Nope.
3, nope, does not happen. I mean the reason for
Yes, I get a turn. Get a turn.
I was tempted to move the AT gun, but I thought, well, no.
Well-
Let you move your stuff, and then I'll react to that.
I'm going to fire a mortar round at the. So leadership check. Of course, I'm going to fire a mortar round at you. I'm at leadership 8.
That was nice. Almost insane courage as well.
So a 6 to hit your.
Are you firing at this?
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah. You're shooting at me. I'm going to shoot back now.
And that was a 1.
But next turn's a 5. Oh, it's like.
And now obviously that's a 5 if they stay in that position.
So it's now putting pressure back onto your boat.
And this is where mortars come in really quite handy actually. British. Oof. So, I mean, these fellows over here are, how does it go, Richard? Meandering in the rear?
Malingering.
Malingering in the rear, there we go, malingering.
Copyright. There is that. It's a tactical doctrine, that is.
See, this is a toughie. I did that toughie. Now this is it. I'm worried about that Panzer IV. That is a lot of MG fire coming in there.
And I tell you now, I'm probably going to roll up that road. And
Yeah, you're just going to get closer and
I'm going to
closer.
rock the crap. Because the Churchill's so slow. And this actually provides a really good cover because it's going to take one of us to get really brave.
So I think what I'm going to do here then is... See, I mean, I could choose to advance, but I don't think... Well...
It's quite lucky that the dice have come into your turn.
I get it. I mean, this is... You could have just ran that, like... Well, move that Panzer IV up and just like... Yeah, that's a lot of shots. How many was that? 10?
12 per turn.
So what I'm going to do here then is actually advance the infantry squad. I mean, I'd like to just try and take a shot just at that armoured car, really. So I'm going to
You
have...
see, you could run if you wanted to. If you're not actually going to shoot anybody, you can just run.
That's very true. I mean, I'm tempted to take a shot.
But what is it? What do you think of the pros and the cons? You can shoot, but the cons are that hasn't activated. It got -1 with 2 pins. That hasn't activated yet. They haven't activated yet. So you'll be in a worse position for a shot. Would the shot be worth it?
So I'm going to actually run then.
Are you going to do a with me order when you're off, or is he staying?
I mean, this is it really, isn't it? I mean, well... I mean, I'll do a with me order then. So I'll have them all run. It's going to be quite bloody here in the centre, isn't it?
It's getting to a point now, when turn 3 arrives. Just be careful, remember the Germans behind here.
That is very true.
Just remember that, because I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
I mean, this is it. I mean, this is getting extremely bloody here. So would we... I don't imagine we could occupy that building.
I'd say you can occupy the building. You can run into the building if you want. Doesn't have any windows on this side, though. Where's the windows?
One window.
Yeah, it's kind of a shed. I don't think it's... No.
It's going to all hide in a
These
shed.
are the good buildings. I think that one's just a shed. You can jump into it. You can look at your Churchill through the window.
Oh, that's very true, actually. I think what I'm going to do here, then, is just hide behind the building, really. And it's like... I don't want to be inside of that. I haven't really got any good fire, so I think I'm just going to try and just really stay alive in this position.
I don't think I've got anything quick enough. Unless the armoured car passes his morale check and then just runs up the street. And then MMGs you in the face.
Obviously keep some separation. I mean, it makes it a little bit harder on my Churchill, so I'm going to choose to activate that probably for the Churchill, depending on what I want to do. Then...
Did the Churchill activate?
the Churchill's already
Yeah, so he
activated.
has gone, I was going to say. And my dice! Brilliant! Okay, so unfortunately the Vickers machine gun has opened up. I think I'm going to have to... I'm in range, aren't I?
Ooh, you're going to take a shot with the sniper.
Oh, and we're just range for days. So we're hitting on a 3. Hits. Has a pin on the Vickers and a 4 to kill.
Oh.
You might as well take it off. So unfortunately the Vickers declared its target with muzzle flash. Ooh, I think that repeated in another game, didn't it?
It did, didn't it? I think it's gone quite similar to the other one.
You see the power of the sniper. I might have hit several times and not wounded. That just makes his points back up, really.
Yeah, it does actually.
Back to me again.
And this is obviously you're down there, the squad over this way.
We're going to try some fire here onto the British over there. You're going to be getting absolutely hard cover to the 9s. I'm not expecting to hit, but
It's worth it just to go for it.
it's worth for a pin, and we're 31 away. 2, 4, 5, 6. So hitting on 3s, 4s makes it long range, and then 5, 6s because of hard cover. I think that's all the modifiers. Yeah, so 1 5s to 6s. Yes, 1 6. So we're pin. So pretty good there.
Not bad, not bad. And that was on the squad.
Yeah, it was on the squad. Yeah, it would have been 7, so I shot the officer on his own, and then 4s to kill. So 1 dies. So even better.
Not bad, really, not bad. I think the pin's quite good. I mean, you reduce that by a rifle.
You have to take a check now as well. Back to you again. Sorry.
Okay, so everything's activated, barring the Pete team over this way.
Yeah, you got the squad on the
true.
the squad and the medic.
So, now, obviously, because I'm in like this terrain, rough terrain, it's just an advance, really.
I'd say advance. If I was in that little circle, that square would be rough. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just assume that this is probably like rubble in this area then.
I think as well because he's coming from inside the building.
I think what I'm going to do here then is. I don't think I've got enough movement to get to the other side of the street, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it would be quite enough. So this squad in the centre then, are they down?
Yeah, they're down, but they're not.
Oh, that's so true. Oof. All the ups. That's very true. what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to advance the Piat team, but let's see. That is a rough one there.
It's getting a little bit dicey in the centre.
So what I'm going to do then is have them advance behind this wall actually. Get a little bit more separation there. There we go. I was trying to get them into a position where they might be able to threaten the Panzer.
I'm back to you again.
Oh, you're making this hard on me, Richard.
There's like one dice left of yours in there,
So,
which is probably the medic.
yeah, would be the medic really.
So decide what you're going to do. Rally.
So, has the armoured car been activated?
No.
Not yet. That sniper's taking a shot, that squad hasn't taken a shot. I think what I'm going to do here then is just take the coward's way out and just advance the medic.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, just you could run him if you wanted. You got 12 inches in the open terrain.
That's
You
true.
can go as far as you like, really.
I'll have him run then. So he's going to run.
I think medics count as non-combatant as well, so they can fight in close combat, but they can't shoot.
He's going to swing that stretcher around. He can swing that stretcher really hard.
You ready for it? This is hopefully not going to be your dice. Nope, it's mine. Okay. So, fortunately, the armoured car is taking some pins.
But still, I suppose this is it, really. I wish I still had my MG team.
Okay, he's going to advance.
So that's just the officer then on his own.
He's going to pull up here. He's going to fire 2 SMG shots at your squad.
So of course they do have the hard cover.
Yeah.
And he's moved.
Yeah. No, assault weapon.
Oh, assault weapon, sorry.
Free stick normally, 4s, 5s. 6 is long range.
Oh, is it one grab? Yeah.
Oh, I took that to him.
Wow. Okay,
One pin.
so that's a pin. And that was on the squad,
On
was
the
it?
squad. It would have been 7s if I was shooting the independent officer, though, because he would have been extra.
Yeah.
4s to kill. Nope. Pin's
Still,
good enough.
That's another pin.
Back to me again. I'm just trying not to advance the armoured car. We might as well do it with me order.
You're going to move the Panzer as well?
Yeah, might as well do the Panzer as well. Well, you've got not very many dice left, so... see, I don't know what to shoot at with these squad there, so... We'll advance these guys to the wall. I'm not entirely sure who I'm going to shoot. Can't really... I can see the the stretcher bearer. I think the stretcher bearer is going to get MG'd.
Okay.
Is he activated? He's activated now, but you're getting hard cover though behind that rubble.
Small team as well.
Yeah, small team and all sorts. And I've moved. Yeah, so we'll just do. Yeah, the rifles are out of range, but the LMG. It's a free.
So move.
5 shots.
Yep.
So free stick normally moved.
4s.
4s. Hard cover. 6s. Small team 7s. It's not
Still
impossible.
could happen.
Not impossible. Yeah, it is impossible.
So the medic can't save himself.
The officer, this guy will advance. The Panzer IV. Oh, do you know what? I'm in a tricky situation. We're just going to advance up to here, and then we'll decide maybe to take a pot. We'll do an anti-tank HE shell, or we'll just shoot double anti-tank. I don't know. We'll move there and we'll fire a turret-mounted MMG at the medic.
Mm-hmm.
So, the comic value that'll be in the blooper reel. Oh, so 6, 7, 8, 9, but officer makes a 10, so only just a pass.
I'm still hoping for these food bars. This is very close, isn't it?
I think now I can see him outside the cover. His only feet are covered.
Yeah, you can see.
And the officer is going to run up to give everybody some good leadership next turn. Okay, so we're going to shoot the turret-mounted MMG.
So what's his name then? So we have Reich Commissar Richard.
Yep.
And then we've got, over in this squad, we've got Helpful Hands.
Helpful hands. So, we're going to try some MMG shots. So, 3s to hit normally, 4s are moved,
Small team, so
5s
sixes.
to 6 are 6s. I reckon I get a lucky 6 here.
I know it's going to come. Oh.
No!
I was lucky there.
He's, just only has 1 hit.
So,
That's your dice.
right then.
We will have name cards for each of these units next time.
Well, this is it. I mean, what we're going to be doing here as well is we are going to open up a Patreon page, aren't we? So obviously, for those of you who wish to support this series and see it grow and really improve, you could have the option of naming a squad, really. We'll obviously get these goals stretched out there. Hey, this is it. Could have so many different names there.
I can't wait for it.
Oh, God. Who have I got left here, then? So, that's all done.
It's the squad there, I think.
What do I do? I mean, of course, I do have a medic nearby, so at least I do have that going for me.
And it's all my dice after, so a rally would make sense.
Yeah, this is it, then. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to rally, then. So, that is just under 9, then.
Yep.
And that is passed.
So you're down to 3 pins, and then just 3 pins. And still 1 pin left.
So is that just the 1 pin? But still better than nothing.
Right, so it's all my turn. Apparently I've got 4 dice somewhere. I've got 1 there.
Panzer Shrek.
Panzer Shrek.
You've shot your Morton MG.
I've got this MG here.
Got MG there, obviously armoured car. And have they moved?
No, they've not activated yet.
But do they have a pin?
1 pin, yeah. Alright, we're going to try a machine gun. No, we'll try the advance the Panzer Shrek team. They're going to run to the left.
They're going to move their little asses.
Yep. The machine gun team here is going to try and shoot your squad that's on the opposite side of the
Yep,
big.
okay.
But it's going to be some major long range. And we're just in range 36.
So is that...
It's just, there's 2 men left. But it's soft cover for sure. You're getting soft cover galore there.
Let's go, good happen.
So, 6 shots for MMG. 3's hit normally. 4's because the range, 5's because cover.
Yep, so 5, so still could be done.
2 hits, that's a pin
2
on that
hits,
squad.
yeah. Hopefully nobody died.
And then, 2 dead, but I rolled a 6.
Wow.
Let me see if I get another 6. Nope, just 2 die.
That's pretty rough. So, I mean, this is it. Obviously, I'm losing shots here then, aren't I?
Okay, we are going to offer to advance the armoured car at -2 pins. So, 9, 8, 7. Oh!
Just passed.
We've got to get moving. Got to get moving. We can't sit there anymore. Okay, so we're going to advance down the road and try and shoot the Piat team. Okay, so we've got 24 2 pivots down the main. Well, we've got plenty of range. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, the only viable target there is the Piat team. So we're going to shoot the HE autocannon.
Yep.
Which I assume will be in normal range. Yes. But it's going to be really, really bad. So, hitting you on a 3 first. But 4's because I got a pin. 5's because I moved.
And
6's because... You get light cover from this side? That's always where I'm shooting from here to...
Oh, right, yeah, that's how I
but still 6's because of the small team though.
Okay, then. Otherwise, with the light cover would have been 7s then. So.
Yeah, it'd be 7's. If I shoot from this angle...
Yeah,
definitely.
that's fine.
Nope.
Nothing.
If it was a 5, it would have been... and the last dice is these fellas here.
I mean, where are they going to go? Are they going to occupy the building?
There's too much on that side that's just going to put... there's a door there I could run into. I mean, the question is... I can't activate after that, but it's going to be an absolute... Yeah, you know what? We're going to have to do it. So leadership 8, back up to 10 because of the officer. Ooh!
10, wow.
So...
That was very lucky.
And we are just going to run. There's a door there.
So you see my light mortar loses that then?
Who did they shoot at?
They were shooting at...
these guys.
That is right.
These guys, yeah. So...
It's because on my side I can only see that squad. I can't see them behind the building.
This is going to be interesting who gets the first turn, because if I get the first turn, I'm going to pour fire into them guys in the front. But also you can go. But also you could go down. But it's going to be an interesting turn. So that is end of turn three.
Moving into turn 4.
Yep. So we start turn 4. Ooh, it's going to get bloody very soon. I am slowly taking on the advantage, only by getting some very lucky shots.
So this is it. Obviously, the Germans have some amazing firepower there. So those LMGs are just amazing. I mean, the Panzer IV, just the sheer amount of shots there is crazy.
I think that's done.
Yep, there we go. My turn with the burlap sack.
So we're on turn 3, guys. Start turn 3.
There we go. British first time.
Oh,
now.
So when shooting at a building, it's the normal modifiers. You're getting hard cover, but rather than the regular 4 to kill, just because they've got defence in a building, it's 6s to kill them. So they're a little bit tougher, but you can shoot a HE shell from an anti-tank gun into the window.
Now I'm considering here. So obviously, it's run to move into a building, then, isn't it?
Yes.
So I don't see a doorway. Is it okay to see?
The door's here.
All right then. So I think what I'm going to do is
I think you can jump in the build. Let's just double check that for a second.
That's fine.
So sorry guys for some interpretation of the rules that we've not played in a while.
I'm tempted to maybe just occupy that building there, really.
We're going to be getting some fisticuffs soon, I can see.
But then again, I suppose this is it really. Like, do I do that or do I move to a better position? There's a lot really there, isn't there? Of course, I could even choose to not activate them and still have the option to go down later. So you guys think it's so far then? And of course, I think in my opinion here, I think Richard, I think you've got me there with the M8. I mean, that's taken a lot of firepower out on that side. But I don't know, I think it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens here, really.
It's a bit to and fro on that side. I thought it was a bit more clear-cut my side, but it isn't.
I mean, just having 2 SMGs, I mean, of course you still get your LMG.
You can jump in a window or door.
Oof.
But a run order, that's all.
It's true, isn't it? Now, obviously, so let's say, Ben, for example, if I was to move my squad into this central building here, so they'd have, is it 6s to cover?
Yeah, 6s cover.
But of course, you've got a lot of HE. But then again, it's one of those of, do I want you to put your HE fire into potentially a building there? I think it's one of those where it puts a lot of pressure. I think we're going to go big or go home there, Richard.
Yeah, so you count as hard cover, you do. And you get, no wait.
Oh, there's actually...
I do apologise, it's not a 6 to wound, it's you get +1.
Oh,
you
right.
Get +1, so I'll be at 5 and you'll be at 5 to kill. It used to be 6 in the old rules, if I remember rightly.
Of course, we're playing 2nd edition ball
yeah,
tactics. But I'll run them in there. I think it's one of those where...
But this rule has no effect in close quarters or hits from HE or flamethrowers. It's going to be brutal on both of us, so...
I mean, I think we're both in the same position here, because it's like, if I'm moving there, obviously I'm open up to the, vehicle fire, but then some of you, I mean, I suppose in some ways we're kind of both in the same situation. You do have the slight advantage with having the autocannon, but then again, I've still got my 6 pounder there that could put a shot into there. I've got the vehicle. I mean, this is it really, isn't it? But I think I'm going to go bold there, Richard. I'm feeling it. So I'm going to advance into the building. So would you say I could move anywhere within that building?
Yeah, as long as you hit 1 inch of the building, you get in. This is all 1 floor, so
right.
You're at the windows, and you only can shoot so many men from windows.
So I think what I'm going to do here then is have them there.
So when you hit a building with HE, you ignore the hits for cover. So you're just going straight what it is, because it's a building, isn't it?
That's true.
It's not. You're not shooting people. You're shooting a big. If you can't hit a bomb though, this is going to be brutal on both of us because you've got good HE. I've got good HE. Yeah, flamethrowers are really bad.
Actually, I'm going to change that to... Can I activate the officer then?
Yeah, do with me. Yeah, do with me. I completely...
I forgot about him actually.
No, that's fine.
Can I just have another dice for him?
It's your blank time.
Oh, that's actually true, isn't it? Yes, you can have another dice.
Are you activating the tank, I assume?
And this is it. I mean, I could do, and that could be quite interesting. And I could even potentially activate the Piet team as well.
It's 2 for the first left-hand.
Oh, is it 2?
It's like,
right.
It's 2. It's like a
so obviously infantry's been activated. Ooh. Right, okay, so activate the officer, activate the infantry. I think I'm going to activate the Piet team.
Yeah, just do the Piet team. Yeah, it's fine.
I'll grab another dice for the Piet team. I'm just thinking it might actually be their time to shine here, maybe. Because if they actually possibly pull off what I'm hoping for.
Is it 2-2-2?
I mean, I'm considering it. I mean, I'm really hoping it'd work out. So just have that activation dice there, just finish moving the men into there.
So next turn, unless I HE them to death.
Obviously the officer's going to run in there too. I think there's some room here at the back.
Yeah, there's plenty of room. It's all one floor. I tried to use buildings that are one floor.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier.
In another game, it would make it a little bit more interesting having several floors.
Just going to have them, just have those dice there. Really. Yeah. I suppose it's hard to
just put them on your side so at least you can see them. And for the Piat team,
yep. So they're going to advance?
Like I said, I can recce, which is the issue. Remember that. Remember that before you move.
But I think it's like where they are, it's like they're open to a lot of fire. I think it's going to really make you have to think twice about how you use that Panzer IV then.
Yeah. As long as it takes out the Churchill, I don't mind if it dies.
I mean, that's true, isn't it? But see how it goes there, really. So I'm going to have them advance, so I'm going to have them out there. And I'm going to attempt to take a shot of the Piat at the SDF.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to...
You're not going down?
I'm recceing back.
Oh, you're wrecking, okay.
Yeah, just check your range, because if there's
So it's only 12 inches of range, isn't it, with the Piats?
Might be in range.
That's what we would range.
So I'm going to wreck you back.
Okay. Well, still, I mean, it's like you can attempt to shoot at the Churchill, but then it's like you've got the pad. Well, I don't know. It could go a lot.
Take me a dice out, please, and he goes down. You see now.
But then again, that has taken your SDF out of the battle.
Yeah, and he can get shot. You can't see. I don't know if you can see me over the big hedge.
He's not that good.
That's good. So that's fine. He's fine for one more turn.
That's interesting, though. I mean, that I don't know.
You've made me think about it, that he's not effective this turn.
Oh, there we go. So that is my shot. Well, my dice. Sorry. Now that's really quite interesting. There, it's like potentially have my Churchill now in a much better position to face possibly against the Panzer IV. But of course, if I activate him, then now how do ambush orders work?
You stick it on ambush and you interrupt an enemy's movement when it comes to those. So if I move in the middle, you say ambush.
So if I ambush, do I have the ability to pivot, or is it just you stay still?
But you declare if you're choosing a HE shell or an AP shell,
right?
Because then it stops you going. Well, I'm pushing your infantry now using HE. I know
it's a tough one, this really, isn't it?
I think I could get your side armour if I come around this corner.
Oh, I'd say you'd probably get.
I'd probably get your side armour.
And what is the side armour of Churchill?
It's 9, but I'm getting +1 on the. I've got to hit first though, so there is that.
So I'm kind of tempted here to maybe use that squad just to try and put some fire onto that Panzer IV.
You can't hurt the Panzer IV.
But I could try and pin it.
No, tanks.
Oh, they don't get pinned by infantry.
Tanks ignore small fire. Only anything open topped because they've got.
Oh right, okay.
Because rifles can just pin and
they can bounce around. Oh. Oh God, this is where it starts to get really quite spicy, isn't it?
Well, one wrong decision. Flamethrowers are another kettle of fish. You'll get to use them at some point. We'll bring some into the next game.
And this is can't wait. I mean, hopefully if Warlord likes this, get some new stuff. Rich is tempted to bring a mouse. Aren't you, Richard?
A mouse, definitely. and a grizzly bear.
And a grizzly bear too. See, this is it. It's like, of course, I just think it's too important, really, because obviously if you get your dice, you're going to be like, well, okay, I'm going to activate Panzer, and it's like you get the side shot, but...
Well, I have the Panzerschreck team running about amok.
That's
so
true
they
as well.
at some point are going to try and pop a shot. I don't know where they're going to try and pop a shot, but they're going to put pressure on you somewhere. The best thing to do is just don't activate it. Don't activate it then. Just let's see what I do.
Of course, I could always go for the ambush.
Yeah, you could ambush them.
So So ambush, is it just a turret or is it just all weapons on the actual Churchill?
I think it's all weapons which are facing.
So I mean, well, this is it. So for example, I could have the well, this is it. I'd have to declare where the turret's pointed. Then basically.
I'll just double check what the ambush rule says.
I don't think we've made too many mistakes so far, but I think this is it. I mean, of course, I'm still learning the game. Richard is a very attractive teacher.
Oh, this is interesting. So, units and ambush. This allows a unit to stay in ambush for the first turn, watching for enemies to make their move. Alternatively, at this point, a unit ambush can attempt to fire, roll a d6 or 4, become fire normally, then place the old dice back in the bag on a 3 up on rest. Oh, that's quite interesting.
So it's not just a straight, rolling at a normal.
So, no, you could. So, alternatively, so you can use the ambush rule. So, facing the. I think it's when an enemy comes into view. So, as long as you can see it, you can ambush it. Differently, you can attempt to get the unit off ambush to just make a fire order on a roll of a 4 up. But if you roll a 1 to 3, it fails and then just goes, well, I'm not shooting. So you can come off ambush any time to make a fire rule. If you want, I don't really, I'm not. That's a rule.
It's an interesting rule, really, isn't it? I mean, it's something that doesn't happen all too often, really. I can imagine. Because
you would have used your shot in the ambush move rather than.
See, I think I'm going to go with the ambush because obviously I can still use my hull mounted MG there, can't I?
It's in a good position for that.
Well, this is it. I mean, this is it. It's going to make it difficult for your team there. I mean, the thing is, it's like the Panzerschreck team is closing.
You got to Leroy Jenkins it. You got to Leroy Jenkins.
But I mean, this is it as well. I mean, if I go on ambush, you've got something to consider then with your Panzer IV. I mean, the PX are right there as well. I mean, the SDF has been activated, hasn't it?
Yes, it's done now.
I mean, I've still got HE5 here. I mean, it's all stacking up, isn't it? There's so much here to consider. I think what I'm going to do here then is I'm just going to go on like a ambush order on the Churchill. But obviously, let's have the turret face this way.
Yeah, I know you go that way. I'm going to reverse up now. It makes sense. If you're unsure what to do, it's fine. No, it makes complete sense.
I just think it's in a nice position. I think it's one of those where, as you say, it's like the choice could make any sort of difference, really.
Right, next dice. No, it's going to be a hard one, regardless.
But I mean, I suppose that the with me order. So your SDF's just out this round, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah. So it's
which is quite important. I mean, that has given me. I mean, it's even things out to a degree, but I mean, it's quite important. I've got the Piet team better, really, and that is German.
All right, so we're going to take another dice. So we're going to do with me order on the right.
Yeah.
Of course, because we've kind of forgot about that.
We did really, but then again, it's.
So I'm going to advance as far as I can.
Yep, so you can move up into hardcover, really.
Yeah, we're just over 6, but if I was to go a bit further, I'll be out of hardcover.
I mean, I'd go for it.
Yeah, but no, I can't do it because if I mess up. So we're going to do 2 shots at the squad.
Yep.
So we're hitting on a 3, 4, 5.
Obviously, it's an assault weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no negative there.
So 5s. Oh!
Wow, 2 6s, wow.
So an OP on that squad. It's all about these pins now.
That is very true.
And then forced to kill.
Ooh, one down.
Dead. So these guys are going to activate. They need 9, -1 makes them 8, +2 makes them 10.
Yep, they activate.
They would have failed. It would have been good night, Mr. Chips, for me there. It would not have been pretty for me there if I would have failed.
It would have really put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And I would have possibly been able to move up then, really, as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is it. It's quite interesting. You might be able to take the flank then.
That's what I hope. So we're going to fire the LMG first. I think we might be. We're at 12. We're in 18, so I think they might be at the same negatives. Yeah, they're in all. Yeah.
Hardcover.
Yeah, it's just all the same negatives. So it's all 3s, 4s moved, 6s for all of them.
This is like a really close five.
So that's 5 for them guys, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 shots in total. So hitting on 6s. But I reckon I'm going to get sort of another pin or 2 on them. Oh, one pin at least anyway.
I think this is it. The important thing is you've still got MG. Oh wow.
Hit 1, so it's a pin. So it's 4 pins there. Unfortunately, I'm blocking my fire from here.
That's true.
But he may go at them guys again, and then forced to kill.
3.
Nope. So 4 pins for that squad.
But I mean, I've still got my leader there, so that's still quite. I mean, it's getting hard, but at least I've got the leader there. But the leader himself hasn't got any pins.
You can charge over.
Bit of fisticuffs there. Right, okay. And that is your turn, is it? Well, your activation, I should say. And that is German.
Yep, so we're going to fire the mortar at your Vickers team, your 6-pounder. Remember, you can go down to half the number of hits, rounding down.
Right.
So I only hit one person.
I'm not going to go down.
But you only declare it when I hit anyway.
Oh, right,
So 5's to hit. Nope.
No hit.
I'm hitting on a 4 next turn.
But, I mean, the pressure's building there. That is British. Ooh. There's a lot that's been done, really, isn't there? I think what I'm going to do, because I'm worried about that Panzerschreck team, actually. And I think the Churchill's got a good position there. What I'm going to do here, then, is I'm going to actually have this squad activate. Or am I going to do that? Well, actually, I'm going to activate my leader over here. So that's a with me order then.
Yep.
I think it's one of those where, and this is it, do I attempt to rally with the squad, or?
Because next turn I'm going to walk over that little thing.
This is it, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to do first then is I'm going to have, I think I'm going to have the officer just fire.
Yeah. Is he shooting at the squad or is he shooting at the officer on the right?
I think the squad really. And it's like, well, the leader has 2 shots, but obviously your squad there has a lot more shots. I mean, the MG rifles, a lot there. So we're going to have, so if I choose a fire order for the actual squad then, do I still obviously roll?
Yeah, you still roll, yeah. So
Right,
you're,
okay.
So you're at -4, which makes you 5, but +2 because the officer, so 7.
And that is 5. Ooh, they passed. Then obviously I roll to see how many pins are knocked off, or is it just the 1 pin that's
It's the
knocked
1 pin, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know whether it was good to shoot or thing because you're at -3.
But I suppose this is it really, isn't it? So is that like...
it's going to be 7s.
7, yeah.
Because without even the hard cover, you're at 6, so it's 7s.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I gain another shot for that at least. So that's 5 shots for the rifles. SMG, so that's 2.
He's going to be at 7s as well, there's no doubt about that. 6s and 6s.
And that is nothing. Nada. But I think it's one of those where I think it was worth it just because, I mean, what could I have done? I could have gone down, perhaps, but you just moved up then. And then I'd have lost all cover.
And then your officer on his own with 2 SMG shots.
Yep, so...
Is he shooting at the squad or my officer?
He's going to shoot at the squad.
So it's -6s, just long range and hard cover.
No dice. That is quite problematic actually, isn't it? I think you will win that flank now.
It's that many pins.
I think the fact is that you took out my LMG and that really did
that. Would have increased your rate of fire on that side.
And that is German.
Right, so unfortunately I could see the Piat team now with the sniper. I'm going to eliminate the...
oh no.
So 36 inches. Yep, 27. So hitting you on a 3. Hits, so it's a pin on the Piat team. Give me your dice. Oh, I've eliminated the problem now. You see... Oops, thank you.
See, this is it, I suppose.
I had a 50-50 chance of you winning there or not. So next dice, that was unfortunate. But Sniper's in a good position, so he's not gonna move.
And that is British. Can't be disappointed about that. Oh.
It was unfortunate. It was unfortunate there. What's the other dice here? Oh, the officer in there.
Yeah,
as well.
the infantry and the officer. Okay, I mean, what I'm going to do then is have this squad advance, so I'll roll to see if I pass the... So I'm just rolling in at 8, under 8.
Did you pull them 2 dice in the previous turn?
You what, sir?
Did you pull them 2 dice in the
We've
previous
only
turn?
just done that. Have we only just done that?
No, you didn't pull them out, did you? Because they've not activated.
that's not
Because they ran in last turn, didn't they?
So,
Yeah, just put them in the bag. I was going to say.
I must have forgot about them.
A minor mistake there, guys.
I don't think it made much difference
No.
though, really. So that is 5, yep, so they're fine, and
Yep.
they lose their pin.
What did you use? Our rally or?
Advance.
Yeah, that's fine.
And this is it really, isn't it? I mean, you're incentivized to keep trying to move, really. So it's the squad just trying to just rally, I guess. And this is it, really. It's like, if I'm here, then again, your SDF would have to move, but then is it one of...
I know next turn I'm going to run down that main street and cause some issues.
Okay. I mean, your Panzer IV can really ignore them for the most part.
There's only two relevant things on the field now, which is the 6-pounder and the Churchill that are going to cause me major issues. That's all.
That'd be lovely, thank you. There we go. And with them, I'm going to have... I think what I'm going to do here, Ben... I mean, the issue is, it's like, even if I fire your sniper, it's not going to really do that much for me now. I mean, he succeeded very well there. He's taken out 2 teams. I suppose this is it. I suppose it's like if I was facing against you with my own forces, do I even choose to bring teams, really, if it's a sniper? But it's one of those
But
where...
you lose them options.
Well, this
them
is
options
it,
are good. How annoying is it even just to have that on the board? Because it is a distraction for you there.
Okay, what I'm going to do here, then, is... I'm going to say... the rifle... Okay. Well, I'm going to have the... How many have I got here, then? So I've got 1 rifleman, 2, 3, 4, 5... Of course, there's a loader, isn't there? So
is the brain gun still alive?
Yeah, the brain gun's here. So we said this gentleman's a loader, then?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5 shots. I'd only have 6 rifle shots. I think what I'm going to do is... Actually, I think I'm just going to have like the entire squad just ball fire into
Makes sense. They're the bigger target.
It's just one of those. I think with the sniper, it's like it can kill at most 1 guy, which isn't too bad. I mean, of course, it could choose who it kills, but that squad is in a good position. So we'll measure out there for the rifle. So they're within rifle, but obviously that is wow.
The MGs and what? You're in 18 as well or not?
I don't think that's
no. It's just all long range. It's all the same modifiers. If you're over 18, it's all the same modifiers.
Yeah, just out there. So that is. So I've got. Did I say 4 riflemen? Yeah, 4 riflemen. So it's again an extra shot. That takes me 5, and then 4 for the LMG.
LMG, yeah.
9 shots. Ooh. So they've moved. So that's 4s to hit, and then obviously, are we considering that wood?
It's light cover.
Light cover,
so
okay.
Just 6s.
Just 6s.
Ooh.
Move that way.
2,
so
3 hits.
Not bad. Not bad. Well, this is it. At least I've got a pin there. There's always that chance that you might not actually pass your order test, which I'd be quite surprised if you didn't. And then, are we saying 4s?
4s to kill.
That's 2.
And not 50%, so just 2 men.
Not bad, actually, really. That did more than I thought it would. Okay, and then they've advanced. Right, I'll get your dice in a moment. So, which is your favourite model then in bolt action, Richard? It's also your dice.
Thank you. I think it goes with the Greyhound. I like the Greyhound and some of the German armoured cars.
Ooh, but what about the Puma? I mean, the Puma is so very sexy.
The Flampanzerwagen's quite nice. So I think I'm going to activate this guy. He's going to shoot at the squad there again.
Yep. So we're going to say that's on 6s?
So 6s, yep. Yeah, it is, yep. Wow, 2 hits.
2 hits, so that's on a pin.
And then 4s to kill. Oh, it's 2 dead, and then I'm going to re-roll the 6, see if I get another 6. Oh, and that was a 6.
Oh, wow.
And your officer dies.
Richard. Don't be doing this to me, man. Right, so that was 6 squads. Obviously, they've not lost half, but that's quite a loss there. That did hurt, man.
That was really good. Oh, that was a bit harsh. That wasn't half the squad, but still a pin, still the officer dead, so you're at -1 negative always now for the officer being dead.
And that is German.
Again,
I'm feeling I've lost my weapons teams. Those snipers are damn effective.
We are going to advance. The thingy team. We're going to advance him just. They got 2 pins. I don't know if that's worth doing it.
Is that 2 pins on the Panzer Strike team?
No, he's got no pins. No, sorry, 2 pins on the squad there.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, what we'll do, we're gonna shoot the Panzer IV because he's fine now just to sit there and shoot. So he's just gonna stand still and shoot the hull-mounted MMG at the infantry. He's gonna do a HE shot with a heavy anti-tank. Okay. So you're gonna get hard cover, but I'm in normal range. So that's freeze, force 5s to hit for the HE weapon.
You haven't moved either.
You've activated, so you can't go down.
Yep. That's a 3. So that was the high explosive shell
that
misses.
And it misses. So 6 shots from the hull mounted.
Still quite a few there, really, isn't it?
Are we in normal range? Nope, we're over.
So that's normal range.
That is 6s then.
Oh, I see some 6s there. Okay, well that's a pin.
And then force to kill, and a 6 again.
Ooh.
See if I get another 6. No, just a rifleman dies.
Still. Casualties are mounting up for the British forces here.
I kind of should have done another order there. I've messed up a little bit. Next turn then.
Are we considering like your with me order?
Yeah, but never mind.
It's up to you if you want to change it.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
There we go,
That's
German.
fine. We'll do a with me order. So we're going to do, he's going to with me. We are going to pour fire into this building.
Okay.
So if you get me another dice, these guys will advance up to here.
So with ambush then...
You're going to advance ambush these because they're going to move hit close.
So with the weapon systems as it is then, so obviously I'd ambush using the hull MG, would that still mean I'd have the turret? Or is it just you choose?
I think you choose. I've never had it on a... Shall I say a 4 up the turret? So yeah, you can move the turret back to shoot double MG.
Okay.
So you're going to ambush on the way. So we're still getting hard cover because I'm moving away. Unless you don't want to use the ambush there. But these guys are moving into this away from here.
I suppose it's the only thing I can really use it on. I mean,
there's the Panzer Strike team.
That's true, but
it's up to you. It's up to you.
So that SDF's out. That Panzer's done now as well. I think I'll just use ambush then. So I'm going to say that. So I'm just going to use the hull MG and the coaxial MG.
Yeah. So am I getting hard cover because most of them in the half? Yeah.
I'd say it's half. So I'd say half.
So you are. I'd say normal range as well. So it's just -2 for hard cover.
So that's 10 shots done.
Yeah, and then I'll move and see if you actually.
I think it's probably best how I can use that. So that is what we're saying there. 5s.
5s, yeah. Oh, take some casualties here.
That's 1, 2, 3. Not too bad actually. Only 3 hits, but still that's a pin. So roll and 1 dead.
1 dead. It's not too bad.
Funny, that was the 6.
Okay, this guy, of course, is going to jump into the hard cover so he can shoot some Gs.
So Germans there scrambling across the street, one of them gets caught out.
So we're going to shoot into the building. I am shooting into hard cover, but also it's +1 to kill you because you're in the building.
So do you need to, obviously with your pin there, do you need to...
I'll be against me.
Okay.
But I'm at point blank, but I'll ignore the point blank. So we'll do the machine gun first.
So, yeah, down 1.
Yeah, I'll ignore the -1 because I'm in 6 inches.
Okay.
Because it would negate. So hitting you on freeze, moved, so it's 6s. Well, 6s all the way. So it's them the shooting there, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that? So them do roading. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rifles. 7 rifles, and then the machine gun.
And you're shooting at the infantry squad.
Yeah, the infantry squad. Right. But it will be 6s, 6 to hit because the freeze, hard cover and moved. But ignore the pin because I'm up 6 inches. The 6s. 1 hit.
Yep. Well, that's still
a pin. And then it'll be a 5 to kill you because you're in the building.
Yep.
Nope.
Ooh, 2.
All right.
So no death, but still a pin.
Yeah. The officer will shoot you. He is in point blank, which makes it 2s.
Right.
But back up to 4s because of hard cover. Nope.
Oh, no hits.
Ooh.
1 pin, but still not bad. And I suppose I came out of that slightly better. I mean, I suppose this is it. You could have gone any way with the actual church. I don't think either of us were really expecting it to be used in that that manner. Yeah, so
I don't know if I'm happy with that or not.
I mean, you lose a guy, but had it been a 6 and had I been able to choose which guy had died, it would have been a little. Well, there you go, German dice. Could have been a lot worse.
Okay, so
But you're in hardcover now, and I think you've got it there.
see, do I pull a 5 from this building, or do I keep them in ambush? I don't know. Well, we'll shoot this MG at the building.
Well, I think I forgot to move that gentleman.
Yeah, I was going to say he's with that squad. So we're in 18 inches into the building.
Right.
I'm just going to do 6 shots with an MMG. So freeze hit normally, 5s because of hardcover.
Oh, we got some there, so that's another pin at least.
Another pin at least, and then 5s to kill because you're in the building.
2 dead.
2 dead. I'll reroll the 6.
Yep. Ooh,
Nope,
1.
just 2 guys.
Not bad though, really.
That was a lot better.
There we go. That's 2 more men down.
Looking out the window.
British. Ooh. Now then, let's get interesting. Right, so they've got 2 pins. So have you used your mortar? So did you attempt to use your mortar?
I did. It's at 4 up now.
Right, okay. I think what I'm going to do here then is... It's getting tough really, isn't it, about the choices to make? I think what we're going to do here then is activate. Richard's like, oh god, who's he going to activate now? It's all up in the air. I think what I'm going to do then is, I suppose this is it really, because obviously you've not done anything in that squad yet. So I'm going to have this light mortar activated, so I'm just going to keep them in the position that they are really. And we already know we're in range there, so I'm going to...
Yep, but I move, remember, so you go back down to the 6.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, it is possible, and I'm nicely bunched up in that rubble.
So, hitting on 6s. There's a 6.
Oh,
wow.
Can't do anything about it.
Oh my god, I honestly did not expect that to happen there. So a light mortar then, is that any different to a medium mortar in terms of its HE?
Yeah, it's lighter.
So that's a D3 there for the high explosive?
To do D3, it's a D3 pin, sorry, where we're looking, light mortar. Yeah, D3 pins.
Yep, so I
No,
just roll.
it must be D2, hang on a sec. So it's light mortar HE 1 inch, which is D2 pins. It's if you're in a building, it's D3.
Oh, right, okay.
So it's D2 pins, so you might get 2 pins rather than 1.
Okay, so I just roll my...
Roll a dice, yeah. 1's freezer, 1.
That's a 3.
So I get 2 pins there. And then it's the 1 inch diameter template.
Yep. So it covers the most.
I reckon you get 4 there, unfortunately. And you are at plus... We're looking again there. You're at 1 inch, I think that's plus 1. Yep, so you're at freeze to kill me. So 4 guys, freeze to kill.
And that is 2 dead.
It's not a drop just yet.
Could have been worse. I mean, had I hit and killed all of them, but still, that's
So,
not bad.
but now, next turn, you range in on a 2 up.
That's not bad. I'm quite happy with that, actually. I think that's probably on a 2 up, is it?
Yeah, because you've ranged in.
Oh,
You've hit
wow.
that target, so think of close combat missions. You've got that little circle on it, they're just pounding that position now.
Holy moly.
Nothing less than Germans.
Well, that's worked out quite well, actually.
You see, that's what's good about that, and unfortunately now I'm forced to have to move.
That's a German die.
Okay, so...
I suppose that's quite an interesting result. I mean, I do lose 2 men there, but then, I don't know, I mean, how would you rate how that exchange has turned out there, really?
They've not activated yet, so I'm not going to pull them out just yet. I don't know what... I've got these guys here. And them guys in there. These guys are just going to shoot across the way.
Yep.
I guess they've got nothing better to do.
So that's hardcover then.
Yeah, but you're getting hardcore. So I'm at leadership 8. Oh!
Ooh,
Nope.
10.
We go down. Not foobar just yet.
Oh. That's a tie turn.
It turns because the dice.
Not too much, but
It's
that's British.
it's
A little
leaning-
bit.
It's leaning towards you.
The
now.
tide's ebbing a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, okay. Well, that's quite interesting, actually, isn't it? That's very interesting. I feel like I've got a little bit more in the way of options now, actually.
What have I lost?
I don't think you've lost anything as such.
You've got a dice over there. That's all.
Oh, that must have been... I don't think you've lost anything, no.
Yeah, just put it back in the bag. I think there's.
I don't know where I've got that from, actually. I suppose it works out. I mean, I had 2 that were out, you've had 1 that out.
Just about.
I suppose it's just we just have to remember. Yeah, it's no issue there really. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is so they've not got any orders. They're not going to ambush or anything
No,
like
they've
that.
got nothing yet.
Yeah.
Just waiting for that squad to come out of the way, and then, or you could try. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. I mean, there's several things that are going to happen next turn that are going to pull the front onto either one of our side.
This is quite interesting, isn't it? I mean, this can go any sort of ways. I think what I'm going to do is, well, then again, I mean, it's like, there's a lot of choices here, really, isn't there? So if, let's say for example, so if I'm shooting into a building, then it's just obviously
Hardcover.
yeah,
And it's an extra +1.
but obviously it's a bit hard to kill. So is this where you'd be really you'd do very well having veterans?
Yes, because they are 6s then in the building.
That'd be tough. That
But the veterans are good, but they're expensive. They're more expensive in points.
that's definitely true. Okay, I think what we're going to do here then is I'm going to have this squad advance, and what I'm going to do here then is have them advance.
Remember, you got 2 pins.
Oh, that's 2 pins. Yep. So I'll roll for my.
Is there an officer around there?
No, officers in there. So that is under 7.
Yeah.
And that is that's over.
Yep. So you just go down.
Yep, go down. Which
You didn't lose anybody. You didn't football.
and I don't lose any pins then, do I?
Nope.
Okay, that's that done. And we have British. Ooh. It's when it starts getting down to the wire here, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's gonna. I think 1 or 2 squads lost on either side will make a difference. If I can start putting pressure on the anti-tank gun, maybe on the right side.
I think what I'm going to do here then is advance the AT gun. So obviously
That goes down.
I'm going to have advance in here, and that's it. Which nice position really, and at least it gives me the option. Possibly, I mean, this is it. You could stay in that building, but it could be potentially pounded by HE fire. Obviously, that'll be next turn, so we'll have to see what you do this turn. And that is British. Oof. Right. I think what I'm going to do here then is, I feel quite lucky because I've got a leader in there, a lieutenant in there, so at least that does give me a little bit of flexibility actually.
It makes you at least get past an order test. I can't remember how many pins you got there.
2.
2. So you're gonna be at least -1
Just
or
a not,
something.
yeah.
But it's small.
I think what I'm going to do here then is, I'm going to have my actual lieutenant. I'm going to have him fire. So I'm going to have him fire at this squad in here.
Yeah.
So what would close range be? 6 inches.
So it's point blank. He's build to building.
So we're saying that's point blank then.
So he's hitting on 2s, but then hardcover makes it 3s, 4s.
Yep. So just on 4s.
That's 4s.
1 hit.
Yeah, and then it is 5s to kill.
Oof, no kills, but still, I mean that's not bad. I mean I've at least got a pin there. I think I'm quite happy with that. At least I've still got the ability.
I thought to take an order test, and if I was smart enough, I would have moved my officer to there, so I got the bubble radius.
Oh, he could have been killed by the mortar.
Yeah,
There you go,
true.
you'll die.
That's true. Ooh, I can't do anything until that squad does something. Sorry, I think that dice you had there was my dice there for him.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll put that there and let you draw again.
Yeah, that's probably. Then I've taken that out and forgot to give it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's where that dice was. So just pour another dice. That's what changed the difference there, because I realised I did buy an SMG there. I think there's very few dice left in there now.
There we go.
Well, they have activated the. So we're going to try and move here, or move 6 and fire 24 at the Churchill.
I'm really hoping this doesn't actually hit now. I think the game's on this one, really, isn't it?
I'm going to have to put the pressure on you. We are in range, but how much can I see you? You're definitely going to get soft cover there, because I can see a good 3/4 of it, but it is obscured. So you're going to get soft cover. So, hitting you on a 3, 4 moves, 5's cover, 6 is long range.
Could still happen. Oh, that's a 6.
So I've hit the front. Is the front armour?
Right.
So you are 10, but that is a pin, sir, on your Churchill. I'm +6 pen, but I don't lose velocity for shape charge over half range. So 4 to glance. Anything else? Penetration.
Oh, it's a 6 as well. I think I'm just gonna have to get you a new set of dice because there's been too many 6s inherited.
So it's straight dice roll. Sorry, Marsh. Sorry, this is a little bit harsh. I didn't mean for it to come around the corner. Where's the table? And it is knocked out.
So it's just gone.
It's gone, yeah. It's on fire. Let me get you some comedy graph. Fire.
I don't know if I can. I don't think there's really a chance for me to pull this back now.
I'll have dice, please, as well. Off the,
Yeah.
I'll let you decide whether you want to carry on.
I think we'll go on number 10.
Yep.
See how it goes.
That's fine. Next dice. It's a little bit harsh there. I'm sorry. I had to push it. That was
They
just
were,
lucky.
but I'm not going to complain.
That was a lucky dice roll. Lucky dice roll.
There we go. That's German. That was. I mean, that Panzer Shrek team was really just MVP of it, aren't they?
Panzer Shreks and bazookas are good. What's the bazooka one?
I think this is
bazooka is 5. Panzer Shrek is 6. So, respectively, Panzer Shrek is the best anti-tank. And if you're already lucky.
There's a reason why they were so dangerous in the war. So.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with them guys because, well, I might as well pour fire into your building because I can't do anything else.
Yep.
I physically can't do anything else because I think I'm out of 6 here. Yes, I am. So it is a leadership of 8. Yep. Ooh. Pass, just luckily.
That was quite lucky there. I mean, had you gone to ground, did it mean?
But unfortunately now I can only shoot one window which is facing you. I think there's only 2. When you shoot out of a building, there's only so many men can shoot out of a porthole. I'll just check what that is, but I know it's not.
Just basically to stop you from having like one window and like.
Everybody pulls the gun out of the. So assume that 2 men can fire out of a domestic window. So it'll be my LMG, of course, on a rifleman.
Still, I mean, LMG makes up for that. I mean, that's still 5 shots.
So 5 shots of him. He is hitting you on freeze, but point blank makes it 2s. Hard cover makes it 3s and then 4s.
Oh, well, still 1 hit, so you got a pin.
2 hits.
Oh, 2 hits. So still, yep. So
and
3
then
pins.
5's to kill. 1 wound.
1 dead.
Yeah. And then the rifleman needing freeze. It's 2s. He's the same again. So misses. But you know what?
That's not bad.
Not shabby for that.
Right. Well, see, this is it. I think with the British, if I was making my own list, I mean, it's one of these things, isn't it? It's like with the actual Piat team, and that's British. It's like with the Piat teams there. I mean, how many points is the Piat team actually? So the Piat team is 40 points there. So that's very cheap, really, isn't it?
Panzer Shrek team and thing is 80 points.
Yeah.
But you are paying bang for your buck.
I suppose so. 1 Panzer Shrek team, you could potentially have 2 Piat teams. Well, then again, I suppose it depends on the actual list that you allow. So I don't know. I think it's one of those where it's just probably worth taking them.
Piat could walk up to a side of a Panzer IV and fire and destroy it, isn't it? See, and that's earning its point back. So that was just unlucky. Very unlucky. I'm surprised that even worked.
It did very well. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be salty. I thought that was fantastic, actually. I mean, they're an awesome model. Awesome thing to use. Quite jealous. And this is it with the Germans, isn't it? I mean, like, what would you say the strength of the Germans is, really?
Tanks and AT. They've got all the guns.
Just MG fire.
But regardless of that, any nation, you can roll bad for it.
That's very true.
You can have the best anti-tank gun, super heavy anti-tank gun, you can miss it. You can miss every game.
No, fantastic shot there. I think that was really well planned. I mean, this is it. It's like, obviously, you did what I wanted to do with my Piat team. I mean, had that Piat team survived, I mean, I might have still maybe had a chance, but
it's what ifs.
See, this is why I need a Shah 2C. So it's got MGs everywhere.
The Piat team just comes behind it and shoots and kills it.
So I'm going to have this squad in here to fire. Obviously, should I just see if I pass the order test? So there's a leader in there. They're down 3 pins, so...
So it's
Down 3, so down from
6.
So 6 plus 2 to 8, so under 8.
Yeah, under 8, yeah.
7,
So
just
you lose,
passes.
so you lose a pin.
There we go, and okay, so obviously you've got a 5 then, so I mean obviously I'm going to have 2 -2s for this, aren't I?
It's going to be 7s.
7s, okay, so 1, 2,
Remember,
3.
it's 2 guys per window.
Okay,
2 guys per window.
so 2, 4.
You got a Bren gun in there, so a Bren gun,
Yeah.
and then it'll be 3 riflemen. So you get an extra shot still with your,
Yeah.
with your.
So 4 shots, and then so that would be the rifleman. So 3 riflemen, extra shot, and then LMG.
It's going to be. Is it 2 pins you got on you?
2 pins.
So
Yeah.
you need a freeze to hit, down to 2s because of the point blank, -4 for hardcover and thing. So that's 7s.
Yep. So I'm going to say they're targeted. That's good.
Oh, are they shooting these?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 7s then. Yeah, because there's still 2 winners on that.
Yeah.
On the building.
2 6s, or at least that's something. So is that not a pin yet? Needs to
So
hit again.
number 6 is to get the pin.
Oh, 5, almost. So I mean, this is it. It's been quite interesting there in the centre, hasn't it?
Well, somebody's had to get brave with it.
So I don't think there's that much left to activate now. So that's British. It's just British. So it's just my
I've
medic
got
and
nothing. Your medic and your.
yeah, and forward observer.
Is the officer off activated? He has. Hasn't he?
Yeah, it's activated. Okay, I mean, what I'm going to do here then is, I think I'm just going to move the medic. I'll have him move just behind here. And then just with the other, forward observer.
He could do a rifle shot at these guys.
They're
It's not worth doing it. I mean, you can see them. It's muzzle.
Yeah, they're it's within range. Was it 24 inches for a rifle?
Let's have a look. Just out. Just out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I don't think he's in range of anything else. I mean, the best thing to do, just retreat him back, because he's a kill point for me now.
That's true. Right, then, okay. I'll have him run then. So I'll have him run behind there. At least he's still there. Could still potentially take part in the battle.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so that's everything moved, isn't it?
Yep.
Right, okay. So we'll collect our dice up.
This is turn.
Is it 5?
5 now, yep.
I mean, your plans are effective. I think your weapons teams are just really proving their value.
80 points though. They're still pricey.
But I mean, your sniper as well, taking out.
Oh, he's got it. But I mean, there's been several times where I've just hit and nothing else.
There we go. Yeah, well, that's true. Okay.
Alright then.
So I'm happy with my mortar team. That mortar team did quite well.
You see, it's all for me. It's about options. It's all these little teams that make up the entire army, because they annoy you. Because you have to dedicate. if you didn't have any team weapons, you'd have big squads, but you'd be shooting at single models.
That's true.
With all these weapons and I'm going to do a with me order on the right side.
Good move there, really.
I don't know if you're going to go down at all. I'm going to advance.
Depends really what you do. So
I'm going to advance forwards, and then I'm going to pummel fire as much into you.
And who are you going to be shooting at?
Oh, I know because the officer's there as well. Well, the squad will shoot the squad.
Okay.
He will shoot the officer.
I think I've lost on that flank. I'm going to say that they both go down then.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those where it's just point blank range, isn't it?
Well, you're going to get me. You will overall get -1 to hit you because you're down. Because he will be better to hit for you. It'll be harder. It'll be harder to hit, but they'll be easier to hit. So so the riflemen are. I'll ignore the point blank because you're going down. No, I'm not ignoring it. Sorry. You get because you get -1.
Actually, to be fair,
you gonna go down or not? Or
I'm going to stay up. I don't think I've got much. I'll see how this turn goes, but I'm probably going to concede at this point.
Yep. So 6 inches. So the 5 LMG shots.
I think it's one of those like if they go down, then they're going to die no matter.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shots there. So I moved. Makes it 4s. Point blank makes it 3s, and then we're both not getting cover in that range. So just forced to hit. Oh wow! Look at that. Lots of 1s and 2s. And then forced to kill. 2 dead.
Yep, 2 dead.
And then the roll 6 again. And no, just 2 dead.
So you've had a lot of luck with those 6s, haven't you? Like, now to choose who died. had the LMG survived on this side, I think it could have been different, but I think that was like the best choice you could have made there, take out the LMG.
I had to. So what we'll do, we'll shoot him at
Yep.
your officer, like I said. So freeze hit normally, 2s. Small team makes it. So wait a second. So moved.
So you moved.
Doesn't matter move because I'm assault weapon. Sorry. So freeze hit, 2s back to freeze.
Yeah.
Because you're a small team.
Yep.
Sure you want to go down?
No, I think the game's gone for me.
2 hits.
Yep.
And he's gone.
Yep, he's dead. There goes. That's another dice for you.
Harsh.
I think I'll concede after this round one. I'll be quite interested to see how it could go.
Your dice?
Yep. Thank you. Right. So they lost 2 models, so they haven't yet had to take a. I think what we're going to do here then is. Okay. I think I'm going to try and get some revenge here actually.
It's going to be AG shot in his face.
I'm thinking this squad here, because yeah, they can see him, so he'd be in the open. So that is 1, 2, obviously load.
To save some dignity, I'm just going to go down.
You're going to go down.
I'm going to go down, so an extra. So you're at -3 basic now because they're a small team.
Right.
And they've gone down.
So I'm shooting the rifles at him then. So there's one guy who's a loader, so it's 3 rifles, so is that just 1 extra shot?
What range are you in? So long range. LMG's at normal range?
LMG's not going to fight him.
Okay.
I think that's one of the rules that we have to check out, really.
Yeah, you can fire weapons different things. So
Alright.
it's
So
6s, it'll
so
be
no
7s
hits.
for them. So
No hits. And then the LMG. Yep, so let's get my dice in, make sure nobody's confused. Right, and then the LMG is going to take a shot at. And the damage is done there, really, isn't it?
yeah, it's just damage limitation, isn't it?
I think I'm going to take a shot there then.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So.
Just check the. I think you're an 18. Yeah, you are. So freeze hit normally.
Though actually I haven't rolled for
Oh,
mine.
you've not rolled your pin marker, have you?
Right, well.
-2. Nope, they go down.
Well, yep.
So can I retract this down?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I'll retract down all
That
of
was
this.
my. I forgot about that. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. Just,
Well remembered.
yeah, well, it happened on my dice. What dominance can I have on this field now? We're going to shoot a HE round into the building.
Yep.
So this is how HE works. So we're hitting you on a free up.
Right.
Point blank makes it 2s because we ignore cover modifiers for shooting at a building. So we hit.
Yep.
So.
So is that a pin?
Wait a second. I think you can go down to reduce these hits. So we are a 2 in. We're heavy, aren't we?
You are heavy.
Yeah, we're heavy. Anti-tank gun. Heavy one. So HE2. So I'm doing D6 hits against the unit in the building.
Okay.
I don't know how to randomise it against the officer or not.
Just include the officer in it. Just.
I need to shut the rule out, so guys who are watching, this is probably wrong. So do D6 hits. You can declare to go down to half these. So you're going to get 1 hit regardless.
I'm going to stay up.
We'll say it's on the squad.
Yeah.
So.
Is this wrong for the officer now?
No, it's just for the squad, just on the squad. So 1 hit on the squad and 1 dies.
Okay, not too bad.
And you get D3 pins. And you get 2 pins.
So is that 2 additional pins then? So that takes me up to
2 pins,
4.
yeah. And then we're going to shoot a whole mounted MMG at the guys
Yep.
in there. They're hardcover though. So freeze hit normally. I think we said it was long range, wasn't it? Yeah, long range and hardcover. So 6s. Yep.
Does that hit?
Nope, missed.
No
Every
miss.
single one missed.
Okay, that's the Panzer Claw.
Yeah, well he's done his damage.
That's definitely
Can I go again? Sniper team at them guys over there.
Yep, who are you aiming for? The squad?
Yeah, the squad again. Freeze to hit. He's not let me down today, has he?
He's done his job.
So there's a pin on that extra pin on that squad.
Yep, so that takes me to 2 pins.
Forced to kill, but no wounds.
So I mean, this is it. Even though, I mean, how many points is the sniper actually?
He is 50 points.
I mean, that's worthwhile, isn't it? I mean, you can do a lot of damage there.
Back to you again.
Yep, okay. What I'm going to do then, because it's like, I don't want that squad to move. I've got them zeroed in, so I'm going to have these mortar.
I should have really moved them.
I was like, yes.
So 2 up to hit.
That's a 2.
So you have is it light mortar again. 1 inch. So you're going to get 4 guides again.
Yep.
So it's D2 pins. So roll your dice for D2 pins.
Ooh, 4.
2, yeah, so 2 pins. I'm going to go down this time.
Right.
So it halves the numbers of hits. So you're at 2 hits now rather than the 4 pins. Yeah. So that's what happens when you hit a unit and they'll get bogged down. So you're at +1 pen. So you're killing me on a 3 up.
It's 2 dead.
So that's not half just yet, but we are losing a lot of men in the squad.
And that mortar's actually been quite fun.
Even as a light mortar, but when you get bigger mortars like that thing, it just.
I mean, this is where I can imagine playing as a Japanese. We've got light mortars all over the place.
Yeah. And your dice again.
Thank you.
Can't remember if I left that dice there by accident. I think I fired it this turn, didn't I? I can't remember who I fired it at. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. It's